it was going.
Some guy comes out, sees me hanging over. He's like, you hear about the electricity? I'm like, the what?
What's the problem?
What happened with the electricity? I want to tell it before the podcast starts because I like.
This is the pre-show. This is the prologue.
This might be too much. Monday.
Story?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Monday.
What could
Yeah,
that?
what?
What? So I fucked a kid. like what could possibly be too much? We can't put that in there. That can't be in the first 10 seconds of the show.
I honestly think it's like, all right, we get it, dude. Monday we record the podcast.
Real quick, what's up? What's different about you? Did you shave a beard?
Yeah, but I shaved like 2 weeks ago.
Oh. Okay. Sorry, continue.
But so we do the podcast Monday, whatever. I go home, have a nice night, go to sleep.
Okay, so you're waking up with food. I was going to say, here's what I was going to say. And they're all centered around food. I was like, it's another slop bucket move. It's another,
it's honestly
too much or I ate in my bed. Those are the three possibilities.
I'm not trying to do a bit. It just keeps
your life.
happening.
Yeah, it's just your life.
But I woke up Tuesday morning, and I went to just go take like my morning pee, and I looked at the toilet, and there was like a ton of chocolates, but I didn't know it was chocolate. And so I was like looking, but like they were not on, like they were on like the tip of the toilet seat. And so I was like,
it wasn't even in the toilet. It was on the toilet. There's
so
chocolate on the toilet.
On the seat.
Is it the Justin's peanut butter?
No, it was just like
that matters.
Well, because it's different. It's like, are you did it look like peanut butter cup shapes or like was it?
Yeah, no. It looked like smeared.
Did you shit on your toilet?
It looked like smeared. It was like a hand fingerprint of like smeared brown. And I was standing over the toilet and I was like, what the fuck did I do last night? Like, I couldn't.
You fucked up?
I was like, no, but like, I was just like, I didn't have a memory, and I was like, I don't think I fucking did anything, but why is there shit on the toilet seat? And then I walked out to.
Then you licked it.
And I walked out into the kitchen, and I had chocolate handprints everywhere.
My God.
I was like, oh, I peed, and I picked the toilet seat up, and then I just had my hands were covered in chocolate.
It's like CSI chocolate, bro. It's like dusting for fingerprints with fucking Reese's peanut butter cups.
It was on the fridge. It was on the bedroom door, and I could just like trace my steps. I was like, oh, I got a muffin.
It all makes sense. I get it now. The mystery solved.
And this is me pushing the bedroom door open. I was like, then I walked to the bathroom. I fucking
there's chocolate on my dick. I clearly touched that
on my chest,
on my face.
And I remembered. And then when I saw the muffin, I was like, oh, I remember at night getting it and being surprised at how melted it was. Because I was like, it's just sitting on the fucking kitchen table. Like, how is it this hot out? And then like it all came back to me, and I was like, oh yes, okay, it's chocolate. But I was like, and then I started dying laughing. I was like, literally this morning, Jackie was like, it's a chocolate story. Like, he's got one thing. No, one club in his bag. It's chocolate story.
This is like every single time you tune into Spittin' Chicklets, they're talking about hockey. That's their thing. It's a hockey podcast. This podcast is John's food and bed. Specifically chocolate. Sales.
Can't figure out how to put KFC
Where's
Radio
my
in a box?
elevator pitch? It's this guy.
It's this guy who just can't stop eating chocolate when he's asleep.
Honestly, it probably would sell better. It would probably sell better. Like that's one of those things that if you, it's so hard because people will accuse it of being a bit.
That's why I want.
But it's like, I promise you, like if you just had an account that was just like John's Midnight Snacks or some shit, and every morning you woke up, you were like, I did it again. People would be like, all right, this is fake. But if it's real, it's like the greatest entertainment ever.
I completely. That's why I was like, it might be too much. Like it's over the top. I don't want to keep doing it.
Yeah, this is just the pre-podcast. This was the pre-podcast. That doesn't count. We didn't do it on the podcast.
It's like, yeah, he's got one fucking story. It happens every night, but he's got one.
It's like 50 First Dates, right? You're just like living. You're in Memento or whatever. Fucking the day just starts over. Groundhog Day. It's just the same
last
thing every
night.
time.
Last night, I did the same thing. Got a muffin. washed my hands.
Man, he's learning. What a genius over
If
here.
somebody were to rob you, it would be smart to actually leave chocolate prints
Yeah.
everywhere. 'Cause
Yeah.
then you're like, oh,
If
that's
someone were to rob
That's me. Rule that
That's
out.
me.
Yeah.
If someone were to rob me, they would get into my apartment and go, something's already
Never mind.
Guys, someone beat us. Dude, I was looking for a black belt this morning, like my black belt, because I couldn't find it, and
Barrel. Never mind. Keep going. Edit that.
I get that. And it was I was like, you know what? I wore it to Marty and Rhea's wedding, and I think maybe it's in like my suit bag that's in my other room. And I went into that room, like that room in the front.
Yeah.
And it was just
that's your pile room.
bro.
Yeah.
I opened the door and went. I was like, where that belt stays, that's where it stays. I'm not fucking dealing with this.
Bro, that's how I treat my lawn. There's a section that's overgrown, and I just go, that corner doesn't matter. But that's a literal living thing that is taking over the environment, and that's your pile room. Same thing.
I'm a consumer. My consumer has taken over an entire room in my apartment to the point where I don't go in it anymore.
Have you thrown out the tuft of hair, the ponytail of hair, loose?
I never saw that. So,
It's right by your front door.
Yeah, I thought that was like.
well, it's not there anymore.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't create it. Somebody got rid of that.
Something's happened to it. It's not there. It's by the door anymore. But yeah, it's like that room is Detroit in my apartment. Just like we gave it back to the streets. Like, trees are coming up through the floor.
What do they call it in The Wire, New Amsterdam or whatever? The block where anything goes. We don't police this part of town.
It was literally I swung the door open and then it didn't even hit. You know when it hits inside, and I was like, nah, fuck that.
That's like the richest thing about you is that like you just have a room in New York that's like
that
you
is
don't
true.
even want to look at.
that you could probably rent that room out to another human for like
Yeah.
$1,500 a month.
Yeah.
Okay, my
Instead,
bad.
that's just. Yeah. What's your biggest flex? I have a garbage room. Oh, that's cool. You have garbage? No, it's just a room that I've turned into a garbage
It's like
room.
how like Ozempic like is gonna become to the masses, and we were talking about how like having big families is like gonna be the new indicator of wealth. It's gonna be like having a garbage room.
I got a 3-bedroom.
Like,
One of it's for garbage.
What's in it? It's a couch, a punching bag.
I was gonna say you have that light punch thing, right?
Couple bags of trash.
Maybe a tuft of hair.
There's a TV. There's a TV on the wall.
May or
Never
may not
turned it
contain
on.
a chicken. I don't know.
A belt. I don't know.
Yeah, you should like people go shopping in there and be like, oh, this is like thrifting John stuff.
Yeah.
Might be clothes. It might be a exercise
Let
machine.
Pabs do it. I mean, if you go in there, take whatever the fuck you want.
Wait, can I do it? Yeah, trash room.
You're more well.
Right on
This
sale?
is honestly like the poor version of like what really wealthy people will do, like what Vince used to do for Turtle. Like, yeah, you can have these sneakers, like you can have this car, whatever. Except it's like a belt,
Yeah, dude.
fucking like
Or it's like
bag.
Storage Wars.
There's honestly there's
You might find a gem. I don't know.
There's 5 bags of clothes in there. Five like construction garbage bags of clothes are in there. The closet's full of clothes. Anyone can go in there. Take
Dude,
whatever you want.
I purged my house the other day.
The clothes are to be picked up. I'm not throwing them away. There'd be it's just like
I donated
impossible.
everything, man. I mean, the amount of like Moon Man clothes I have, shit that I like forgot we designed, samples, 2 of every color, like stuff that I all love and wore, but I was like, I just can't. I can't keep this. I don't know.
It's so much, but in New York, it's impossible. I've had those literally in the trash bag for like a year. It's impossible to get someone to come pick stuff up. Like I've had people come to I've talked to people on my stairs 3 times. They came and they were like whoa, you didn't pay the extra to bring it down. And I was like, I'll bring it down. And they're like, nah, you can't bring it. That can't happen. Like we have to bring it down.
Crazy.
And they're like, but you got to pay an extra $40.
So guess what? This is going in the garbage.
And the guy was like, Venmo it to me. And I was like,
I'm not.
I was like, I paid. Like I had went onto the Salvation Army website, put in a credit card, like paid $30 or whatever it was, and they were gonna come pick it up. He's like, it's an extra $40. Venmo me, and I was like, I was just in a bad mood in the morning. I was like, dude, you're just trying to scam me. Just tell me you're trying to scam me, and I'll fucking give you $40.
I was gonna say that's almost the better approach.
Yeah, it's really-
I'm trying to get one over on my boss. Can you send me $40?
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
here you go.
Yeah.
Fuck, here's $40.
But don't fucking lie to my face. Don't pee on my head, man.
The one other thing that, if we're just going through my stupidity trials and tribulations.
I mean, that's the show. That's the show. It's been the show for 10 years. It started out as other people's stupidity, and then it just became yours.
And somehow
Ours.
you got dumber. We're like, we don't even need anyone else. But I've told you this, and I wanted to say it on the show because there are going to be some other shows that come out in the future where I'm discussing a topic. When we were out in the dozen in Chicago, I did like Chef Donnie's show, and we were just talking about traveling. I don't know. We did a lot about how I'm going to Wimbledon. And then I did Wonton Don's show, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to Wimbledon. Can't wait. It's going to be fucking awesome.
You also said a lot off air, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to Wimbledon.
I'm surprised.
Turns out that I am not good at. It's me and my friend the same friend I went to the Liverpool game with. Obviously, we're not great at Googling stuff, particularly when it comes to England. And he was going to be over there for work, and he's like, dude, I'm going to be over for work. Like, Wimbledon will be happening. Like, come over, let's go to Wimbledon. I was like, I'm in, 100%, can't wait. And I just thought, like, I go to the U.S. Open every year. I just thought, like,
it's like impossible to get in.
You get tickets and you go.
Wait, so you looked up tickets?
Yeah, I looked up tickets.
Is it like something like $10,000? Is like crazy?
I wanted to tell you this. I was willing to spend a Super Bowl ticket. And it's way more than a Super Bowl ticket.
How much?
So like as it stands, as I'm now saying, like, I'm not going to Wimbledon. If they get down to Super Bowl ticket prices, I will go. The first tickets I saw, my buddies tell me they're down now. But the first prices I saw were $30,000. He's like, I might go. I'm like, dude, there's no chance I'm going. I'm still going to go to London, but like.
But wait, is that like? Have you talked to Game Time?
I have. Not Game Time themselves, but like this is before I even thought they were 30. Like this was like.
Is that one of those things that, like, you go on eBay and it's like, I'm selling this piece of toast for $50,000, no one actually buys them, or like that's what people are paying that rate?
I guess I don't know. I don't know.
If that's the lowest available, then
it was lowest available. I've been told that they're now down to 16.
Easy.
And my
dude, I know what you're talking about, but like. You don't even know what's going on in tennis.
Oh, no, that's the reason I want to go is because live tennis is so fun.
I know,
the U.S. Open is awesome.
Is it fucking $20,000
fun? No. That's what I said. If he gets down like a Super Bowl, like $5,000, I'll go. But I'm not paying anything like that. That's insane.
Bro, you can go to the women's for $5,000. Boy, you want to talk about inequality. Women's semifinal, $5,100.
What?
Men's semifinal, $17,600.
That's a semi?
Wimbledon men's single. Hey. No, this is still crazy. But men's singles and women's doubles finals, $24,600. $24,600. I don't even know what that means. That you get the men's singles finals and the women's doubles finals, or just the men's singles and then the women's doubles finals?
I think you get both.
That would be. I mean, it is. This is correct. It is the cheapest.
Yeah.
Because you're getting two things, but it's $25,000, and it looks like it's one ticket. So, like, no, that's two. So really, you could go to the women's doubles finals and the men's singles and potentially men's singles finals for $12,000 each. And that's technically $6,000 because it's two things. So we're down to a Super Bowl ticket.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a nice Sunday roast and watch at a pub.
Recreate the. I'm gonna go home and watch that movie where Zendaya has a threesome.
So you already have the tickets to London.
What's up?
You already have the tickets.
Yeah, I'm going to London still, but I'm not going to go unless I sneak
you know
myself
what?
in or.
I have no idea. I don't know anything about Wimbledon and tennis culture really, but I am firmly 50-50.
What?
That enjoying a big sports moment in a city, at a bar, in the town, in the culture can be better than or just as good as being in the building.
I agree, except I've had one time I had a horrible experience with it, and I What,
just trying to go to the bar?
Like, no, it was obviously like in America we've had a ton, but I was in Portugal for the World Cup, and I wanted to go watch the Portugal game at a bar.
Yeah.
And like it was just guys sitting there smoking.
Oh, that sucks.
And I was like, this guy fucking sucks. Like,
I genuinely mean this, having never been to it live, so I guess I really can't describe it or claim this, but I would find it hard to believe that being at the USA-Russia Olympic game would be as fun as Saloon was and all those bars that we did. Where everyone was throwing the beer. Remember we had like a compilation video of Boston bars, Chicago bars, New York bars, Philly bars, and as TJ Oshie was doing the 21st fucking, and beers were flying. We were all drunk at like 10 a.m.
I hadn't been to bed yet.
Yeah, I mean that was like where was that in Russia or what was the time? Like why were we?
It was in Sochi.
Yeah. So everybody was at the bar for for the gold medal game or to get into the gold medal game?
No, I think it was just the.
It was just USA Russia.
I think it was just USA Russia. I don't even think it was a knockout game.
Yeah.
No, it must have been a knockout game because they did such a long shootout.
Yeah.
But
I mean, we all went to the bars. At this point, it was like when every city was still doing a lot of bar parties at Barstool. So we all kind of had like our home base, and the bar opened up. I don't even think this is legal in New York. I don't know how they did it.
Yeah, I think you can get like special.
I mean, there was a line out the door around the corner at like 8 a.m.
Yeah, I think it's like.
Was it like the only one, or were all bars open?
There were some.
I'm sure some,
all.
but yeah, like it was like, man, that was really a fun time. It was like, because we were all 25, and everyone else who was 25 was like, just tell us what bar to go to.
Yeah.
They all always came. Like from the jump, we could really pack a bar out like almost every time we wanted to do it. You know?
We were Stats in Southie, and it was like lying around the block. Steve Levy was there. It was like me.
No way.
Me, fucking D-Lo, Blackie, Steve Levy, my buddy, the one who's coming to fucking London, or I'm going to London with. Like, it was just. It was, again, I haven't been to bed. It was fucking it was crazy.
I'm pretty sure I had to pay for some TVs at Saloon.
I think
people were throwing so much beer, they broke TVs, and they were like, "That's on your tab." I was like, "All right."
I don't want to speak out of school here. I think Dan, like, because obviously he was having a bar in Chicago. I think he tells a story where like I think he fell asleep in the street after, or like he did something happen like where it was like, "Whoa, that's not a character, but like."
I was supposed to record the podcast with my brother. Like that was whatever day of the week that was. Because it was a weekday, right? I think so.
I don't think so.
I think it was. Well, there was some time that I was shit-faced at noon. And I remember my brother was still working his regular job, and he was producing it, and he like came over and was like, "Are you ready to record?" And I was like, "Let's do this." And then I stood up off the couch and I was like, "I'm not recording a podcast." And he was like, "Fuck you, dude." Like, came from like Queens and like skipped work and all this shit. And I was like, "I'm shit-faced, bro."
Wait, fuck. There was just something there. No.
Those were the good old days.
What was the time again? I know you've told the story and like everyone knows the story, but you got in trouble because you were drunk. No, you slept in.
Oh, you got the kickball tournament?
Yeah, okay, that's right.
The old kickball tournament.
That was an all-nighter.
That was on account of the cocaine.
Damn it, guys! This is like, I'm sad that I missed that.
Yeah. I sometimes I say like, if Barstool was as big as it is now and I was 25. I don't know, man. I mean, I was living like a fake rock star life then when we were like nobodies.
Yeah.
You know, like it was parties and girls and like pictures and just like feeling cool and fame, whatever you want to call it. Like when we were still pretty regional and just like people in your respective city would know you. Now, Dude, I can't.
We were talking about that the other day.
You guys are dropping the ball, to be honest. You should be doing this.
Yeah, well, I always like realize like I guess people are doing it. I'm just not invited.
No, but like we used to be like, I mean, I had, and they for sure had it in Boston, but I had Mad River and Saloon and Tin Lizzy and there was a bar down at Penn Station, like all these spots that was like, we're gonna go here for the Kentucky Derby, we're gonna go here for hockey, World Cup soccer will be here when the Mets are in the playoffs and the Rangers are in the playoffs, like. You know, every football Sunday, it was his own job.
Yeah,
you know.
But yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Hey, you didn't have to, I guess, but it was partying and also work. It was one of those like you're burning into both ends.
Big time. I'll never forget. We were meeting with Budweiser, like regional distributor Budweiser. You know, marketing. Budget, whatever.
Yeah.
Like we're not talking like corporate Budweiser, but it was like I represent New York. We're trying to get Budweiser in bars and whatever, and so they would like link up with us to have a party, and they would serve exclusive Budweiser products, all that shit. And Dave like came from Boston, and we met with this guy, and then Dave replied all on the email and was I said like, you know, what do you think or something like that, and then he wrote back like, yeah, that guy's kind of a weird bird, but sounds good or whatever. And that guy, he's a ex hockey goalie, and I remember him being like, yeah, like we're goalies, we're weird birds. But it was just a very funny, like I remember being like, dude, that was you replied all on that one. And he's like, oh fuck, back when like that would matter. Like now, Dave, like I don't even fucking care. But at that point, it was like, oh, we called the guy a weird bird. We lost the Budweiser deal. What are we gonna do? Just for like $20,000, you know, guys. Some say that when gentlemen enter the room, their dick enters the room first.
Some gentlemen say.
Some gentlemen, not me. Not me.
My dick's in my asshole.
But with BlueChew, it'll come right out of there. Open that door. BlueChew isn't just a tablet. It's a cheat code for your crotch. Stronger, harder, longer lasting, like someone gave you a downstairs pep talk and a gym membership. BlueChew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex. And it's not a supplement. It's a erection resurrection. And it's not just about performance. This is about your legacy, your third legacy. Get it? Give her a group chat, something to talk about with BlueChew. It's not also about age. I think everyone thinks, oh, you're old, you need this. No. If you're just young, if you have any sort of performance issues, if you want to just give it a good, solid effort, get a little extra help from BlueChew. And, when you lay it down, they'll be talking about how you get it up. Nothing makes you more of a legend than a little BlueChew, so discover your options at BlueChew.com. And right now, for our listeners, as always, you get your first month of BlueChew for free. Just use promo code KFC at checkout and pay $5 for shipping. That's it. Just throw down a Finsky and have good sex. Seems like a good deal to me. So join BlueChew's mission to upgrade humanity one thrust at a time. Head to BlueChew.com for details and safety info. Thanks to BlueChew for sponsoring the podcast. Kraken. If you're going to make crypto trades, do it right. No sketchy platforms, no sketchier customer support. That's why we only trust Kraken. Kraken lets you buy, sell, and swap over 300 different cryptos without the lag, without the crashes, or without clownery. If you're buying crypto manually, that is old school. Recurring buys that let you automate your investments so that you stack sats without even thinking about it, that's what Kraken does for you. It's DCA done right. Buy more when prices dip, buy less when they spike. Link your bank account in minutes, set it and forget it, and watch your portfolio grow. They also have Kraken Pay, which is instant crypto payments. No more, I'll just Venmo you later, whether you're covering a lost bet or you're splitting the tab after a night out or you're sending funds to your friend for the next wild adventure. Kraken Pay lets you move money instantly with zero fees and no banks holding up the thing. And the best part of all is there's a referral bonus. If you refer your friends, Kraken will hook you up with $200 in USDG just for spreading the love and preaching about Kraken. So quit waiting. Head to kraken.com/barstool. That's KRAKEN.com/barstool. Not investment advice. Crypto trading involves risk of loss and is offered to U.S. customers excluding Washington, New York, and Maine through Payward Interactive Inc.
The mentioning a hockey guy reminded me that the video that's viral at the moment.
We got to talk about that.
That lake fight or whatever it is. Have you seen this?
No.
You haven't seen this video?
No.
Jacqueline.
This is a great video.
Bro, this is I was going to start the show with this before we lean into our usual stupidity. I've been on the internet long enough that it really, nothing surprises me or gets me going or revs my engine anymore. I think this is top 5 fight video of all time.
All time. And this, like, to exactly your point, like, we've seen so much of the internet that it takes a lot for me to watch something.
Yeah.
Like I have to see it on my timeline like 5+ times. Like,
right, for me
from
to be like,
trusted
okay.
people who I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, they know funny.
And then it takes,
they think it's funny.
And
And
then to fully watch a full video and then rewatch a video, it's like I can count on one hand.
yeah, right.
And
Like,
that's this level.
And it was yesterday morning. I saw him like start popping up, and I was like, I'm sure it's a good video. I don't know. I don't need to see another fight video. Whatever. Who cares? Yeah. And then like as the day progressed, I was like, fine, I'll watch this video. That's an all-time great. That's
so
in all time.
There's so many elements of it. They're either, I'm assuming they're in Canada because everyone's Canadian. Yeah. Okay. So everyone's Canadian. They all have Canadian accents. The bad guy, if you will, looks basically like Dan Blazarian, right? He's like he's like this douchebag who he's all tatted up. I actually saw the headline said like NHL enforcer gets in a fight on the golf course. And it starts out with just like the camera on this one guy being like, "You wanna fucking go?" And he's all inked up and he looks like a meathead. And I was like, "Oh, that's the hockey guy." And he was not. He was not the tough guy. He was not the enforcer of this video. He's like doing the Will Compton and he's hyping himself up like, "Let's go!" Like making all these noises. And the guy filming and the guy off camera is like, "You don't want to do this, bud. You don't want to do this."
You're not scaring anyone, pal.
Yeah. And he goes at him, and the guy he picked a fight with was an ex-NHL enforcer. And he first throws him into a lake, and this guy crawls out on his hands and knees, crawls out of the pond, and he's like, "Don't come any closer." And then he grabs him by like, you know how like the hockey guys like do the like you grab by the jersey, and he grabs him, and he goes, bang, but he's saying he's going bang, bang, bang.
He's actually punching.
And he's nailing him, and it's like Batman, where you used to go like bow, bang, blast, and bang, bang, bang. And one of his friends tries to step in to be like, "Don't kill my friend," and he throws him away, gives him 4 more bangs. The guy, I actually got to give the guy a little bit of credit. He kept coming.
Yeah.
He kept getting up. He's in the water, punched 3 times, punched 4 times, and then this like hip check where he throws this guy like you throw like your kid. Like he's like literally flying, flying through the air and hits the ground and is like he's like skidding away like a tornado hit him. And the whole time the guy's going, enough! I told you not to fuck with me. And it's one of those things where it's like those are guys who like they've never started a fight, but they've ended every fight. You know, he's like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Okay, bang, bang. I mean, he's huge,
Can
dude.
I see it?
Yeah. You gotta see it. Because the most I've watched it 100 times now.
That was a pretty good description. I think.
The most underrated line or situation, I suppose, is when he's yelling at the guy. One of the guys off camera goes, "If you do something, I'll throw you in that fucking lake."
Yes, and he did it.
And the first thing he does is throw him in the lake. And after he throws him in the lake,
this part is the best.
I think the guy filming it goes, "Off to a good start, bud."
In that Canadian hockey accent. Good start, buddy. All right, now that you've seen it, now that we've described it, let's see if it lives up to the hype.
Can you text it? Can you pull it up on here?
Yeah,
I want to watch it again too. It's just the best.
Let me. Do you need a video or like a link, Steve? What would be better?
It's on like that nuclear golf account, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's on like every account. I'm gonna throw you in that lake. Boom, throw him in the lake.
Off to a good start, bud.
There's just something unbelievably cool about being that confident in a fight that, like, I'm gonna start narrating my punches.
But you know what surprised me?
The full one or the like?
Fuck it. Let's go with the full one because this is like the beginning of it.
Hurry up.
Not that fucking
No, he's not.
Not that fucking
He's not.
tough.
He's not tough.
No, he's pretty tough.
He's not
The
tough.
guy in the white is like
You're not
trying his
tough.
best.
You're not tough.
Let's get going.
Get going.
Or you can play behind us all and you can take all the fucking time you want. This is
golf.
fucking
You're not
embarrassing.
tough.
This is golf. This is not
Yeah,
golf.
it's not.
You can stand there 15 fucking minutes.
You
That's
can't
not
even.
golf.
You guys can't even stand and tee your ball up now.
He's not teeing it up. He's standing
Do
there.
we need to
Fucking
get the
moron.
police out there?
Fucking.
No, we don't need police. We're not.
This is
Okay,
like
then let's
where it
get going
starts
here.
Let's go. Pick your shit up and get going. This is not fun. We're what? I'm gonna throw him in this fucking lake. This is what's gonna happen.
That's what's gonna happen.
Fuck you both. This is fucking bullshit.
30 seconds later, he throws him in a lake.
For fucking 23 minutes.
I'll cry about it. Fucking cry about it.
I'm going to.
Fucking
You're
cry
going to.
about it. You fucking pussy.
I'm a pussy.
Like, fucking cry about it.
Buddy, you're gonna get fucking shit tipped.
I don't give a fuck.
Like badly.
Good. Let's
Fucking
fucking
badly.
go, man.
Buddy.
Oh.
Nope, I'm not filming this. I'm not stopping. No, you guys need to get off the ball.
There we go.
Let's fucking go.
Go now. Like, pack up. Go now.
If you're wooing and shit, you better bring the fucking noise, man.
You're not scaring anybody. You're just making
I don't
yourself.
fucking care.
Hey, man. Come on,
And
man.
you're going in the lake. Come on, man.
Hey. Hey.
Off to a good start, buddy.
You want to
And then look at this guy. He's literally like crawling out.
I got it all on record.
Hey, you wanna fucking go, guys?
Leave him alone. Hey, leave him alone, man.
I wouldn't keep going back, you fucking moron.
Hey. Come on, man. No, I'm not trying to get in there. Like, just like, fuck me.
Enough! Are you still cheering on you? Enough! Get out!
Hey.
Get him the fuck out of here!
I mean, and the best part. So this guy is.
Fucking get moving! I said stop looking like an idiot!
Get out of here.
I don't think I've seen this very end part. He just kind of like gently pushes him away.
This Dan screenshotted the fucking throw when he's just floating in midair.
Bro, I tried my absolute hardest to make one of those old school edits. You ever, like where you start flying through the galaxy?
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about? It's a perfect one for that. Where, like, the body freezes and it just starts going through the whole universe.
Dude, you know
I mean,
what? We were talking like old days earlier. That's a video where like you would have done a 3,000 word blog.
Oh my God, I would have broke down
screenshot.
This moment, that moment. I mean, like the throw in the lake. That could have been the video, and I would have said it's an all-timer. Yeah. The bang, 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 all-timer. The throwing a grown man in the air like that. All three of those things would have been like, oh, that's one of the best fight videos ever. And all three happened in one video. And there's no wasted. It's like a minute long. Like, this is the extended version. But if you watch it for like 1 minute, it's like, oh my God, this is the greatest minute ever on the internet. And the funniest part, so that is Nick Tarnaski. He's an enforcer? Was he? Like, I don't know much about his career. So he's like loving all this, and I was talking to him on Instagram. The funniest thing is his Instagram is it's just him with his babies, his kids. He's taking pictures like the Easter Bunny. He's like smiling. He's like this nice family man. And now I said you're like the Canadian Godzilla. You're just like this fucking monster. Who, I mean, he's loving it. And apparently these guys, by the way, were like drunk. They were being disrespectful to everybody on the course. Like it was a totally justifiable
that's why it's such a great video. Is you can tell
he's the hero.
There's good and evil. Yeah, like it's not just like here's some fight. You don't really know how it started.
Right.
Like you can clearly tell. These guys
are the assholes.
Even like the fact that like that and the extended version when he's just bent over for like I don't even know what he's doing.
I know.
He's bent over for like 15 seconds.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to tee his ball up, but like you can tell the guys who are angry are not in the wrong.
Right.
And then it's like, all right, nice, justice is happening.
This is one of those things. I mean, Nick's a big guy to begin with, so I wouldn't pick a fight with him at all.
That surprised me that he's not that big.
No? Are those guys small?
I look, I saw a tweet. I don't know. I saw that he's listed 6'2", 230.
But that's okay.
But that's big, but it's not like I thought he was like 7 feet tall.
Yes, I agree with that. I'm just saying I wouldn't pick a fight with a guy who's 6'3", 230 anyway.
But
also you don't know who might be a fucking a professional fighter for a living.
But I think because of what you had said, where you were like, I thought he was like, because he's so aggressive. I guess in my head he was big. Yeah. So then that meant the other guy's much bigger than him, must be huge.
Right. That guy's probably 5'8". Yeah. Right. He's like trying to play the part, but I thought he was the tough guy, and I was like, you are definitively not. That's the difference is that is a guy who thinks he's tough versus a guy who is tough. You know. Yeah.
And I would imagine it's like every guy's dream to have somebody be like, no, please come fight. Like
absolutely, bro. This is like
it's like now you're giving the
to be so confident that you're going to win the fight. That you're gonna be like, I'm gonna put my commentary on it. Like, there was no fear that guy's gonna punch me back, or if he does, it's gonna be a problem. To the point that I'm gonna joke around and make commentary. You know, like I just fight so. Like I'm like, does he always do that? Did he do that on the ice? Is that his thing? Yeah. Like I just fought so often that I just like put a track behind it. This is the kind of stuff that like before I go to bed at night, I just sit there and I dream. What if I was on the golf course and some guy stepped to me and I threw him in a lake and then beat the shit out of him and tossed him to the air and went viral for it? Like to have that is.
This is the same kind of guy. Again, I don't know Nick's career that well, but like it's essentially Biz.
Yeah.
We saw Biz do this to 8 people.
Yeah.
That's what happens if it's one-on-one.
Yeah. He's going on Chicklets today, so I was like, well, welcome to like your new career.
Yeah.
Like you'll probably be a permanent member of the Chicklets gang, or like a new correspondent, or everyone's new favorite. Such a nice dude. Like I like when the guys. I like the I don't start it but I'll end it type of vibe.
Yeah.
Like that's the guy you want to be. And he clearly is that.
I have a feeling that this is going to be like one of those, as I ask the question, I'm going to realize it's dumb. Is a gangbang, like is it derived from, like, not in a sexual term? Like, is the original use of gangbang for fights, like 10 versus 1? No.
Well, like gangbanging is like a.
No, I know what a gangbang is.
No. But like,
let's find out the etymology of gangbang.
No, but like gangbanging is like a gang term. Like you're gangbanging.
But is banging like fighting or like fucking?
No, I see what you're saying. Like, did it come from? Was it fighting, and then they were like, we're essentially fighting this chick. Let's just fuck it.
What's the Latin root?
I would guess that gangbanging like gang members like. Shooting guns and fighting and all that shit is first.
I would think so too.
Yeah.
Maybe
and then that became like.
It's like so it's a little bit of both. Sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, a little fun in this conversation. It could be like.
No, wait a minute. The term gangbang originated in the mid-20th century in the 1950s. A slang term for group activity.
Sexual activity. Okay.
Huh.
I would have thought that. So then that's weird that people say gangbanging. To be like a tough, like you're a gangbanger, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that
I don't know if I believe that.
I'm with you.
Can you type like gangbang?
Check. Click an actual link.
The word etymology next to gangbang is really funny to see.
like participate in a street gang is kind of
A gang shag in the 1927.
wait. Earlier was gang shag. Since to participate in a street gang is 1968. Huh. So banging, have sex.
No, right there. 1540s. Oh, but that's just for bang.
1937 was the meaning of having sex with is banging. But
Jackie, great question.
great question.
Thank you so much.
don't ever, you shouldn't even have to put that qualifier in there like this stupid question. That's a great question.
No, thank you. I really.
Oh, there we go. What came first? Gang bang, the sex, or the
Right.
fight? So let's just click that. That probably is everything we just read, but
Yeah, it seems like sex came first.
I would have never thought that. I would have thought it was like funny that we're taking the term that means like gangbangers
Yeah.
shooting guns and fighting and shit, and we're gonna apply it to sex,
Yeah.
not the other way around. So now if someone's like, "Yo, I'm a gangbanger, bro," it's like,
It's like, oh.
did you know the etymology of that? It's not as tough as you think because in 1927 they actually said it's group sex.
Kaiser Vice
By the way,
Lawrence III.
I also my number one reason for that line of thought was like I didn't necessarily think people were having like gangbangs in 1927. I know like there's the orgies in ancient Greece back in the day, but just like a good old fashioned like I don't know, it was one girl and five guys. If you're doing that in 1927, you're a freak.
But I
lot
feel
of
like
hair.
it's a.
Yo, you're gangbang in 1947. You come out like a rat king. Like everyone's just stuck together. Just like get out of me. He's like, I'm trying, dude. Our fucking shit is all
We are intertwined
wrapped
forever.
up. We've made dreadlocks somehow.
If you have a gangbang, you got to shave your whole body to get free.
It's just like spit and sweat and cum have mixed into like some kind of glue. You know what I mean? Like how they used to make a thatch
Paper
roof.
mache. This will hold up through the winter. I can't imagine that kind of shit going on, bro. Because I started watching Mad Men as well. And
Oh, did you? Fuck yeah.
yeah.
Did you like the pilot?
Yeah. I've always seen the pilot. I always knew the pilot was good, but now I'm getting into the rest of it. I don't know if this is real or exaggerated, but like the male-female interaction is unbelievable. They treat women like they're aliens.
Yeah.
Like they walk in a room and if you're not like being my secretary or cooking, they're like, "What are you doing?" Like at one point he comes home and the divorced woman is like sitting in the living room with Betty. They're just like smoking and talking and Don walks in and he's like, "Hello?" Like, what are you doing in my house? Yeah. Are you here to fuck me or cook for me? and if it's either of those two things, get the fuck out of here. Like I get that that's probably what it was like, but the show makes it seem like, if that was truly what life was like, goddamn. If that's truly what life was like, bitches better stop complaining because it's pretty fucking good now. It's a lot worse back then. Okay, not too long ago, you were literally like a human washing machine.
That's what I was saying. Like, it's so crazy. Like it's 80 years ago? No, 40 years ago.
50s is now like 75 years ago.
Okay, so like that was a long time ago, but it wasn't that long ago.
All this shit. You're only like one or two generations removed from like slavery.
Yeah,
it's fucking insane.
So I realized that like watching the show where I was like, oh. I'm doing something right now that's going to look monstrous in 50 years. I don't know what it is.
I was going to say we're heroes, but okay.
But like, yeah, but we're also, I'm as good as I can be in this moment. But
Yeah.
in 50 years, I'm going to look like a fucking psycho.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is I'm doing,
Yeah.
but like, I'm doing something that you can go, you used to do that?
Yeah, right. You used to say that to them. I don't know. They might be the ones that look like monsters. Maybe it's their turn.
They've body shamed us all into the fact that none of us take our shirts off anymore.
Yeah.
Can you believe in 2025 no men took their shirts off?
But we didn't body
women
shame
would-
you guys into that. That was like Josh Richards that did.
Yeah. Who's a skinny 16-year-old? I want abs like that.
We're not men.
Fuck, but what was it? Fucking Mad Men.
Gangbangs.
Gangbangs.
That was podcasting, just serendipity right there. From the hockey fight to gangbangs. Yeah. Then, what a segue.
To be fair, that wasn't really. No, that was a segue. Yeah.
Barely, but
Yeah.
you don't need one.
Yeah,
Bang!
yeah.
You said the word bang was said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's all it takes.
I don't think I have it. I'm just still trying to think of it.
You lost it.
It was
It's
something
gone.
with Don Draper.
Oh, where's our? Do we have any more of those phrases? We haven't done that in a
Oh.
while.
I don't know where the hat is.
The hat's right here, but
Oh.
it's empty.
Phrases are gone. All right, we'll
Oh.
start that back up again next episode. So Nick is going to be on Chiclets. Did you see Grill Guy's video? Grill Guy made a great video. It's just a great, like, it's a funny video, but the concept's even better. It's the guy who got beat up at the golf course calling his dad afterwards.
No.
It was very funny.
Also I do remember what I was going to say. Sorry, real quick. Is, like, you can so clearly see, or at least I can, see my grandparents in that show.
Oh, yeah.
And where it's like, but it is such an interesting thing where, like, again, at least as far as my grandparents' relationship was, it was like my grandfather getting in his suit, getting his fucking briefcase, going off to the company to make the money and be the boss, and my grandmother going, thinks he's the boss.
Yeah. We're really running the show here. Yeah.
Go ahead, honey, have fun today.
I kind of like. Oh no, you.
I was gonna say, like, I feel like in the show, there are some women who are certainly kept down, but I feel like the idea there, or the vibe around the women is like the men think they're in charge.
Right. I run this by, especially what's her face, is it January Jones or Christina Hendricks, whichever one's that.
Christina Hendricks, the redhead.
The redhead who's like running the office.
She's the one, like, she runs the entire office.
She's got Sterling in the palm of her hand.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
If you had to pick a time to live that was not right now, when would you go back to?
Well,
like, could you get down with that era of like? Because I definitely see enough videos and shit nowadays that are sort of like, I want to be a housewife, and like we took this feminist thing too far. Like, it's not that bad.
I've said this. Like, I don't think that we should have credit cards. Like, I can't.
We've firmly established that credit card debt for Jackie is a problem. We know that is a sticking point for
Stop
Jackie.
giving me fucking credit cards.
Jackie, if you could live in any era, what would it be? Anytime they don't give me a credit card.
Was it like 1979?
Not the Flintstones. I saw they kept it on a stone. Like, I want no record of my spending.
And also, like, this past weekend when I was home, like, I used a car again, and like, I can't. Don't give me a car.
No cards or
car. I can't park. Like, I can't. I really can't park. And then, like, my sister tried to park. Like, she had to have her boyfriend do it. Like, my mom tried to park. I was just like, just stop,
dude.
Just stop giving us.
Give it to a man. Give it to a man.
I've gotten into like a full, like, honestly, like, one of the more intense fights I've ever gotten in with a woman was I was like hungover, so I was like in a bad mood, and we were going to get some food or something like that, and we pulled up alongside this spot. She was driving. We pulled up alongside this spot that was from this wall to that wall, and she was like, I was like, that's a spot right there, and she's like, that's not a spot. I was like, no, that's
a parking lot.
I was like, that's a spot. You can park there. And she's like, I can't parallel park. And I was like, you don't have to parallel park in that spot.
Just go reverse.
That's a parking spot.
You can pull in.
And she slammed the car to park. She's like, well, it's not a spot for me. And like, and I was like, well, just fucking, we just like sat there and just argued in the middle of the street. I was like, just pull it into the fucking spot. And then she like put it in drive, and she's like, no, I'm going somewhere else. I was like, don't you put that car in.
Can you drive?
Yeah, I'm good at parallel parking.
Oh, fuck off.
Not a girl's girl.
I'm sorry, I know.
Not a girl's girl.
No, but I'm in credit card debt too.
Yeah.
Okay, we got one.
I made a face when you said that, and then I was like, oh, I pay. My APR is 30%, and I do not pay my credit card.
Yeah, you're just
off.
paying
I'm
that
trying,
credit.
and I'm trying really
I
hard.
still,
but, like,
all
come
right,
on.
let's try this one more time.
The credit thing again?
Can you explain it to me?
All right. So Jackpocket is America's #1 lottery app.
Jackpocket.
Order lottery tickets online with Jackpocket. Over $970 million in lottery prizes have been won by Jackpocket consumers using the app. That means we're pushing $1 billion. You could be the $1 billion winner, whether you're playing games like Powerball or Mega Ball, Mega Millions, or if you're doing the state-specific games like Cash 5, Take 5, Cash 4, all those Pick 3, whatever they may be called. Jackpocket has you covered. In certain states, I think 5 or 6 states right now, you can get scratch-off tickets, all specific lottery games in your region. Partnered with Jackpocket, they have it all. New customers right now can get $5 in free lottery credits when you sign up for Jackpocket using code KFC2 and click opt-in to redeem the offer. That's promo code KFC and the number 2 on Jackpocket, America's #1 lottery app. Quince! I am not into chasing trends, but I am all about stuff that fits me right, feels good, and actually lasts. And that's why I keep coming back to Quince. Their lightweight layers and high-quality staples have become everyday essentials. Quince has this kind of stuff that you actually wear on repeat, like breathable flow-knit polos, crisp cotton t-shirts, and comfortable lightweight pants that somehow work for both weekend hangs, and dressed up dinners. And the best part is everything with Quince is half the cost of similar brands. They're able to do that by working directly with top artisans and cutting out the middlemen, so Quince can give you luxury pieces without the markups. This is just describes me to a T. I don't really get down with new trends and like trendy stuff where I'm gonna try to dress outside my age. I want to age appropriately, wear comfortable stuff, and look sharp, and I don't want to break the bank doing it. That's what Quince does. So stick to the staples that last with elevated essentials from Quince. Go to quince.com/KFC for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/KFC to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/KFC. But if I spend $100 on a credit card and there's 30% APR, that means
but what is that?
That means 30% is like the VIG. They're charging you.
And so you divide it by 12.
If you give, let's forget about credit card, right? You give me $100, or I give you $100 in exchange for you having this money right now that you need it for. Theoretically, you're in a jam, or in Jackie's case, you're just buying dumb shit. You have to give me $100 back plus 30.
Okay.
So now when you finally have a little bit of money to pay back your bill and you pay $30, you're only paying the interest. You haven't even started to get back to the actual loan.
I gotta be honest, I just can't do it. I'm like
How
really,
about
I'm
this?
genuinely really trying.
about this?
And like, I don't know what you're saying.
I'm gonna loan you this. I'm gonna loan you that, right?
Okay.
Now you have to give. No, what's the best way to do this?
I don't think the... Yeah, keep going.
What?
What's
No,
your-
hi.
Do you think I'm gonna make
keep
it more
going.
confusing?
Yes. Because I got it, and now I'm confused.
No, I
But
was
here's my I think this is where my hang up is. Not my hang up, where I'm lost. Let's say I spend $5,000 this month, right? And I owe the credit card company $5,000.
Yeah.
But I don't but all they're asking me for is $3,000.
Yeah.
And I just pay the $3,000.
Yeah.
Am I getting hit with this stuff?
Yes.
Yes. So now you've paid off.
That's the-
you paid
yeah.
off some of it, but the percentage, the 30%, it's 30% for a year. So like you said, you divide it by 12. That's the monthly percentage.
So monthly I get charged.
But 30
if I don't
is-
pay off my full credit card bill.
Yes.
Yeah, but as long as you carry some sort of bill or some sort of debt, they are applying that percentage interest onto
Here's
it.
why I got fucked, because I thought what you seem to think, that the minimum payment is all you have to do and then you don't pay. The minimum payment is just what you do so it doesn't affect your credit score.
What if you don't even?
And
do
also
the
that
minimum?
like it starts.
If you don't pay the minimum payment, your credit score is probably like 500 or something.
Yeah, what that then they start calling you, being like, and like your minimum payment in the
should
beginning
tell
could be
you
like
that.
$100.
The minimum payment is
could be like
very
$100,
low.
but then like if it's like gone on too long, they're like now you got to pay back $1,000, now you got to pay back $2,500, now you got to pay back like eventually they come for you.
Okay, let's say hypothetically, someone keeps like, I don't know.
Using your credit card.
They use their credit card a lot. And like there's always a balance on it of a couple grand. But like I'm paying a couple grand every month.
I think you're fine with that. Like the thing is, you are paying more money than if you just bought it with cash.
Yeah.
Because they are applying a little bit. Just think of it as like a tax, like a penalty. It's a penalty.
Oh, tax? Fantastic.
Yeah, you love taxes. It's a tax that I'm charging you to. I'm going to allow you to buy this $5,000 thing because you don't have $5,000 on you, and in exchange for that, you got to pay back like $6,000, and you can do that over time. But that's if you let that carry, it could be 6, it could be 7, it could be it can really.
Okay.
so
can really,
even if you pay off the minimum at the end of the month, they're still upcharging you?
Yes.
The meter keeps ringing. Like as long as you're carrying a balance, they will be charging you 5% a month or whatever your rate
And they
may
just
be.
tack it onto the end of your credit card bill. So then the next month your bill is even higher because then you're paying that percentage for the last month.
With like student loans. Like I took out $50,000 and then you pay it off over like 30 years. They're charging you interest for that, so you're really only paying off the interest. It's called the interest and the principal. You're not really even getting to the principal yet. You're just paying off like the penalty that we're assessing you for using this money ahead of time. And then when you get through that, you start to get through like you're paying us back the actual.
Like unless your statement's 0 every month and you're paying some.
It's pretty like see my like this is crazy that I'm first of all I don't understand this. Second of all, I'm really
trying to figure out the best way to do it with the paper clips.
And third of all is like I am an adult man who's really genuinely trying to understand credit cards, and it's just not really sinking in.
All right, how about this? Ready?
Like I get it,
I'm
but
gonna
here
give
no.
you-
Let me
Do
say
like
this
a
first.
piece of paper so you can rip it.
If I don't even touch my ATM card, my bank card. Like I just
But you're also getting points and all that shit, so you got to think of it
So
like that way.
everything, and honestly, the only reason is because on my Apple Pay, it's just my credit card, and I just pay everything with Apple Pay. So at the end of the month, I pay. Honestly, most months I just pay off the entire credit card bill, but sometimes I don't.
Then you're good.
Okay.
Then if you're paying it off, you're probably. I do the opposite. I don't like to. Well, I'm in a different spot right now, but in a perfect world, I wouldn't have any credit card debt. I paid cash for everything. I just don't like having debt.
Yeah.
I paid cash for my house. I don't want to have a mortgage. I just don't like having that. That's for my peace of mind. But if you are smart about it and you do worry about things like points and like perks and all that sort of shit, I don't do that either. But if you're like, I'm going to accrue miles and I'm going to accrue like points and perks at certain stores and I get cash back and all that shit, it's good to use your credit card and then pay it off. If you don't pay it off, then you're losing money.
Dude, points don't mean anything.
I kind of agree with you, but I'm pretty sure they very much tangibly do.
I have
Cashback is huge. I get a lot of cashback.
Yeah, like
I only use my
Apple
credit
cards are good
card.
for that. If you, I believe they do 3%. So like, just think of it as like everything you're paying for, you get like 3% less. It's 3% less than like if you pay with a credit card. It's basically like a way to
put it.
I will not take that deal to not do math.
No, but
You don't have to do it.
the math.
Yeah, it's just.
But
it's
like
just,
you said 3%, and I went.
I view all this stuff. This is we are financially stupid people.
Yeah. Well,
Like-
you're
like-
a genius as far as I'm
Yeah,
concerned.
yeah,
but I mean the way we like I also don't care about writing things off on my taxes.
Yes.
Like, did you go out to dinner? And I don't care.
Yeah.
If you really take care of all that, you probably save thousands of dollars a year. I don't do that.
What
Is that dumb? Yes. Do I care? No. I don't know. And I did that when I had money. When I didn't have money, I just never did that.
That's it. Like, I've never.
I'm not going to take the time to expense an Uber. I'm not going to do it. And then they're like, well, but when you take 100 Ubers a year, it adds up. You're right. I'm not doing it.
And I don't like. I almost feel I don't deserve it. Like when we're on the road and it's like, well, you're at dinner. I'm like, well, yeah, I would have had to have dinner if I was at home too. Like
I agree. See, that's
like,
my thing is I'm almost.
I'm not arguing against the
what it
working
is?
man here.
I'm too honest. I'm too honest. I'm too honest. If I have to eat food anyway.
Yeah, I was like, whether I was here or at home, I had to get dinner.
The people who are like, I'm trying to write off my clothes because I have to go to work every day. It's like, you have to put clothes on no matter what. You're just a human in the world. Like I get if it's like I had to build a fucking studio in my house or something like that. This is something that I would not have done. I would not have flown to California. So you either have to pay for those tickets or I have to get reimbursed.
Yeah.
Because I would not have gone there. Fine. But like, I'm going to get my cable and internet paid off. No, you're not. Or you shouldn't because
you need cable and internet.
Yeah,
like the
right.
I think that's why I like the way it works here so much. It's like you get the flights hotel, I'll be fine otherwise.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
I'm with you on that. I mean, there are people who just want to milk for every single penny, and I get that too, though.
That
but it's
completely makes sense.
Yeah,
I 100% get that. It's just like in my head, I so don't want to do that expense form that I'll make it make sense for me. Where I'll say, well, I was going to eat anyway.
It's also a dollar amount. Like if you told me that, like if I could do expenses and get like $50,000, I'd probably do it. If
Which
you're
probably
you're gonna
can.
get like you're probably. I know. Sometimes I look at the end of the month. I'm like,
yeah, dude. Barstool Sports in the hole quite a bit to me.
All right, watch this. Ready? I'm going to give you 3, 4, 5. I am the credit card. You're using your credit card. Here's 5, right?
Thank you very much.
Now
Paper
you have
cups
to give me
are
6
this
back.
way.
Okay. So, but you're not going to give me all 6 back right now, right? You're going to spend that, whatever. You know what I mean? So this is all. Now you get paid, right? You get a paycheck, right? That's your paycheck. Now you're going to come pay off a little bit of your credit card bill. Give me one of those back. That's like you just paid the interest. That's the 6.
Okay.
You still have 5 to go. You just paid off the little bit that I charged you. Okay?
Yes.
Now.
Wait, but I thought that was what he just got. That little paper clip, wasn't that?
This was like his paycheck, let's say.
His paycheck. So, but he's giving you his paycheck because
I'm like, if you don't, your credit score is gonna go down.
But that's the interest.
Yes.
And it's just covering.
That's just covering
that
like
30.
my fee basically. It's like I have a bunch of money, you have no money.
Yeah.
And so for taking my money and getting to use it, I'm charging you a little bit.
Okay.
Now you just paid back that little bit, right?
Yep.
Now if you keep paying me, now we're getting back to the original loan, right?
Yes.
Now a couple months go by, you don't make a payment. This accrued back up to another paycheck, another paperclip. So you still owe me 6 now.
I see.
So now you get paid again, right? You get another paycheck. Now you pay that little bit off again.
That's
still just the 6. Where you still have never tapped into the 5.
Okay, but I see. Okay, so honestly,
am I
I
get it or
get
am I
that.
lost me?
Yeah. No, I get it.
I
I
think
feel like that's a pretty good way to describe
That's
it.
good.
I think I don't know it. I thought I knew it. I don't think I know it anymore.
I think I get it, and I think I'm like I'm okay then. Because like usually it's like
The
live in
moral
bar
of the
five,
story is-
here you go, here's 5.
If you pay the whole thing back, you're good. If you pay even a little bit back regularly, you're probably losing a little bit of money because there's, depending on what your rate is and how often you pay. But if there are benefits, if you're doing other shit with your cash, that it's like, oh, I was able to like invest in this thing because I paid, I don't know. There's ways to come out ahead. As long as you're paying your bill somewhat regularly, you're good.
Yeah.
If you're not, you're in trouble.
Do you
credit
know
score?
your
Let's check your
credit
credit
score? I was about to say, do you guys know it off the top of your head?
My credit score is
I
not
know
good right
mine
now.
down to the point, which is so
I don't know how to
easy.
check it.
Check it. I don't even know.
It's
how to-
imagine-
it's in your. Do you have a credit card app for
I have
your
a credit
bank?
card app? Yeah, I have a credit card app.
Let's check
I'm
your credit-
dying
let's check
to know your credit
Okay.
score.
Yours sounds like it might be good.
I feel like yours is randomly going to be like the max, which is like 8.
Put it this way,
think.
I have always been worried about my credit score, like in good times and bad, and like every time I checked, I was in the 700s, and I was like, all right, we're good.
Is that fine as long as you're above 700?
Huh?
Is that fine if you're above 700?
Yeah, I think like
Okay.
800 is like the best it could be, or something. I think
Yeah,
700.
I think it's
you're good.
830 maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, like you're good.
Wait. Would I do Bank of America? Yeah.
I like right now I'm doing the renovations and I have like a big fat chunk on there, but usually it's also like what if you pay off like the whole fucking thing, you'll bounce right back. I think.
I'm loading my latest FICO score. 765.
You're so good.
golden.
That's so good.
Golden. That's like yeah, you're getting approved. You're getting approved for absolutely everything you need.
Fucking turns out I do understand credit cards.
Yeah.
As long as you pay. Like,
Wait, how do I even find it?
did you open up your app?
Yeah.
Can I?
Is
look
it
or-
my credit card app or what?
This show is crazy. We're doing like 4th grade math. We talked about spreading chocolate all over the place, gangbangs, 4th grade math, and spitting water everywhere.
All right, that was like halfway through the spit. I was like, this is over the top. It was just that clearly wasn't my water. You know what?
Yeah, yeah.
It wasn't the.
It was probably mine though. You're good.
Yeah, it was just.
Jackie went, what?
It was such a different temperature than the
Yeah.
water I was used to drinking.
Well, that could have been a bottle of piss for all you knew. This is your credit card, or this is like your bank account.
But is it my bank account or my credit card?
Credit card
Credit
app,
card.
Card
not
app.
bank.
But like my shit's all Chase, so it's all in one spot. Is yours all Bank of America?
No.
I'm a Chase
like,
guy
it's
through and
Apple.
through.
Chase,
I'll figure it out
I think I have no.
But whatever you are,
Bank of
I just feel
America.
like you're like that's your, I don't know. I wouldn't bank anywhere else but Chase. I'm a Chase man.
I very rarely ever go into a store, but the Bank of America right here, that guy's nice enough. Although I've gone into a Bank of America before and just noticed in the guy's eyes that he noticed me, and I was like, never mind, I'm all set. Walked out.
Yeah, you don't like that. Yeah, so you don't need to know.
Fantastic. You're a fan, or you know what Barstool is. I don't really need.
I don't want to mix my
dipping around
finances. Yeah. I just remember going to Bank of America ATMs and they would be like $4.50 for a charge, and I was like, at that time I was like,
Was that how much it was?
I feel
But
like
it's
a lot.
free if you're with it.
Correct.
Like,
I was
yeah.
not, so I was like,
Oh, I see.
fuck Bank of
Yeah.
America.
I have to get a third-party app and trust and believe I'm not going to do that. It says to check your Apple Card credit score, you need to use a third-party.
Is that the only credit card
service.
you use? Apple?
Yeah.
Jackie's message is like, turn yourself into the police, please.
You are a financial criminal. You are a white-collar criminal. You're going to jail. That is...
I seriously think I don't invest because I'm like, I don't want to fill out that extra form on taxes.
I'm with
too.
you on that kind of shit too, man. Like, I
What?
don't know, investing money is a whole hassle.
I just give it to people.
Yeah, we're bad with
Yeah,
money.
that's
We are
not bad.
financially.
But like, no,
stupid.
I mean like if someone's like, hey, I'm doing this thing, want to invest $5,000? I was like, sure, here you go.
Yeah, that's how you end up with an apartment in Newman.
And
Oh,
well,
yeah,
yeah,
that's
it all works out usually. So that's what I would encourage.
Have you made money on your Noonan apartment?
Probably. He couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you.
Honest to God, I think I do. I think I automatically get paid like a couple $100 every month as
Oh,
for
okay.
like the rent. I've never checked it, but that's what they tell me.
When I got my money, we put it into like some safe bonds, and it was sort of like I wanted to do more with it, but I was caught up in the divorce and the settlement, and like I couldn't really touch the money and all that. And then once that happened, it was a much different number than initially, and I was sort of like, I don't know, that's not enough to like, I don't know, just leave it in the bonds.
Yeah,
Which is probably stupid. Like I think like it's just all relative. It's just like if the money I have now after everything's done was the money I got the first time, I would be like, oh my God, it's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
much. But because it's a lot less, I'm like, I don't know, I'm just financially safe, whatever. Which is so fucking stupid.
Was
So
it you
fucking
guys that were talking about like Wolf of Wall Street? Like, I seriously don't know what he was doing wrong.
What was he
yeah.
doing? Insider trading? Like,
Yeah, I
oh no, he was
watched-
doing like predatory shit, right? He would call up the old people and be like, "Give me, yeah, we were talking about this." But
Well,
it's like,
Wall Street, I finished it. I don't think I'm not like he's a nice guy. But I'm like, I don't really know what he did
calling
wrong.
the old people. That's right.
you know, consent is a.
But like
forgot
they're
about that. I forgot
consenting.
about
They got to transfer him the money. Like,
Yeah, but that, yeah, but you
you-
know, there are
look, I completely agree that there should be
checks and standards.
and like
if you tell
protection for
80-year-old Nana
consumers.
like you're fine, she goes, okay, here you go.
Like-
It's like how our parents get caught up in
Yeah, I forgot it
Nigerian
was old
scams.
people.
Yeah,
It's like,
but like there should be protection for consumers. But also, if you just transfer someone your life savings because you had a phone call with them,
you're a fucking idiot. Yeah, that's a tax. That's the interest.
Yeah.
That's a stupid tax. Do you understand interest?
Me?
Yeah, you got it, right?
I mean, I don't even have my own credit card. Just 'cause
But like,
I'm
you
so
understand
scared
what
of
I'm
it.
saying?
Yeah, like sort
Okay.
of. Yeah.
I'm hoping I explained it like enough for the class.
Kevin's like, "Am I dumb or are they?" I don't know.
I just know that like I
One of
remember-
these two groups is dumb.
I like that we're making you second guess yourself. Like that.
I just know the rates are crazy. Like I just got my windows done, and the windows are just so fucking expensive. It's one of the worst expenses I've ever had in my life. But I was able to get like a 15 months no interest, so I don't have to worry about all that shit we just did. I don't have to worry about it. I can just pay it off little by little. And when I first got my first credit card, it was like 12 months no interest or whatever. And so when I first started these things, I was like, no interest. And then you come to realize it's like 30%. It's a big fucking number, and it's like, oh, these people are loan sharks, you know?
Wait, hang on. I'm
Like
sorry.
I'm explaining that poorly, but like sometimes when you first sign up, they'll be like, you get a year with no interest.
Yes.
Or you get a special deal on this one thing you're purchasing, no interest. But then once that expires, it kicks in.
Oh.
And so when I first signed up, no interest. And then 12 months later, I'm like, where's that extra money? Where's that extra bill coming from? Oh, there's interest on it now.
Oh.
So they got you. They rope you in. That's how it's like there are people who have like 4 or 5 credit cards because like you'll sign up for a credit card outside like a baseball game. You know what I mean? It's like,
I got 3 credit cards 3 years in a row, so I never had to pay
It's
interest.
like, oh, do you want this free T-shirt? All it costs is a fucking credit card.
Dude, I
do you want to knock
remember-
$20 off your bill at Home Depot right now? All you gotta
Yeah.
do is open up the Home Depot American Express card. Okay, and then you have a fucking credit card that's like draining you. You know.
Okay, one more financial question. I have a credit card I don't ever touch. Is that good
Yep,
for me,
I
bad
have
for
that
me?
too.
What's the deal?
Did you accidentally open it up thinking that you were just getting like a little gift card?
I opened it was it might have been out of sheer boredom. Like it was just I was riding the Amtrak for the 10,000th time, and one of the people finally asked me, "Would you like an Amtrak credit card?" And I was like, "Yeah, that makes sense, I think."
Yeah.
And then
don't
I
touch
stopped
it.
riding the Amtrak.
There's like I think like I remember having like an American Express Blue card, and it was like I think it cost me like $500 a year to have this card.
Oh yeah, but that's Amex. I don't think.
Right.
most
I don't know if
cards
anybody else
cost
does.
money.
There might be something like that.
It's good because the number of credit lines you have open is like really good for your credit score. So if you have
As long as
more
you're-
open that
as long as
you're
you're
that you're
paying.
paying, so if you're not doing
have
anything
a-
with it, it's like the best thing you can do for your credit score is just have a credit card that you don't.
Are you
basically-
smart?
Oh, whoa. Yeah, no, she is.
Sorry,
Yeah.
What-
For real,
what's your
she's smart
deal?
though.
Are
She's
you
smart.
smart?
You're right.
I don't know.
She's
What
like a
were-
lawyer.
what
She's
were-
not
shy
like-
on us?
What
You
were
smart?
your
Yeah, I
what are
think
your
I
grades? She's like, yeah, you're fucking stupid. You're fucking
No, I
stupid.
don't know. You said I don't know. I don't like when people are like,
What were your grades?
I got all A's in college.
Didn't you
What
like
was, like,
get a
your
really good grade on the lawyer
SATs or
exam?
whatever? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got a really good LSAT.
What'd you get?
A 168.
Yeah, and that's like really good, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah, that's
I feel like Goodwill Hunting. I'm like, like the door's locked tomorrow. I can't wait till I walk in the studio and you're not here. What are you doing here?
I don't know. I like
I mean,
it.
being a lawyer sucks, but
Yeah, I
get
really
that
wanted
part
to
of
be
it.
a lawyer too.
What did you get
Or
on
law.
your
We'll
SATs?
see.
Oh, you probably did
I
when it
got
was
a
like 55,000 points.
34 on my ACT, and I didn't submit it because my boyfriend at the time got a 36, and he said like mine wasn't.
Oh, that's
enough.
abusive.
We were at dinner too with his family when we both opened our scores.
Wait,
and
but like, I mean, 36 is obviously higher, but like 34 is still like damn near perfect, isn't
Yeah.
it?
yes, the maximum score is 36, and I didn't send it to any colleges because I felt
What
bad
the
about, He made me feel
Bro,
bad about
see,
it.
this is where madmen, bro.
Literally.
we just, there's a little lingering left over from that old generation. You're stupid.
There was
That's
once
a guy going like, oh my god, my girlfriend's smarter than me, or as smart as me. Like, fuck. You
See,
know?
that's funny because I learned at a very young age women were much smarter than me. Like,
But women are just smarter.
it was yes. I
Everyone's
had,
like, nobody doubted that.
But like I remember being
Well, no, you guys are very like you can't park and you can't have
Yeah,
credit
yeah.
cards.
I'm
Like
saying
you're practically
that John
stupid, but like you're.
specifically-
Oh,
I can't talk either, but I'm saying like, if we go back to your facial features during the paperclip example, like, nobody's.
we knew you were dumb.
dude, I would be like in elementary school, they'd be like, everyone pick groups, like Stephanie, Bethany, where are you guys?
Yes. That was like, group project. Link up with the girls.
My best friends would be, you want to be, get the fuck away from me, you dumb idiot.
You haven't done work in months. Francesca's gonna do the whole thing. She's gonna have like the bibliography done.
Dude,
and
Stephanie
the
and
fucking,
Bethany weren't even made up names.
Yeah,
dude. I was
Francesca wasn't
finding
either, bro.
Stephanie and Bethany.
Yeah. Francesca was my girl. She probably got a 34 on her ACT. So you didn't do SATs? You just did ACT?
I did pretty poorly on my SAT.
Oh, so you are dumb. Probably the math part.
Yeah.
Girls can't do math.
I didn't ever
Hot
took the
girls can't do
actual
math.
one.
We know that.
I actually, yeah.
So I can't do the numbers at all. Like you just numbers don't.
I'm actually pretty good at math. That's kind of like the
Math
one thing.
is
I'm
fun,
not
I feel
great,
like.
but like
not the time I would have brought that one up.
I was gonna say. I wanted to say. No, you're not.
Hot girls can't do math. Luckily, I can.
Well, okay, that, but also your display a second ago. No, you can't. You can't do the math.
well, I can't understand like
We should
like
do. We should.
complex concepts, but like numbers.
We
I could
should do some like. I'll print out some tests or something like that and watch you guys
It's
do those. You know what I mean? That would be very
dude,
funny.
when you show me a bunch of numbers, it really like it's obviously chemical and biological.
You've taught
anatomy.
this to me.
What?
Like in trying to teach you or talk about certain things, it's like looking at a different language.
Yeah.
It's like if you just showed me like Spanish right now, I'd be like, oh, I know like a couple of those words, but I don't know what I'm looking at. It's a language that you don't speak.
I don't speak, and then like I really, really try, but then eventually you're like,
Sounds like a dumb like I'm trying.
I'm like, come on, baby, let's do it. And then like after like a minute, your brain's like,
I think
dude,
that's-
we don't get this. Like, why are you trying
That's
so
part
hard?
of the problem, though. I think you could get it. It's more laziness than stupidity. You're not dumb. I think after there's like, I do think okay. It's 50-50 stupidity and laziness because I do think if you hit like 60 seconds of me explaining or you're trying to learn like 1 minute, anything beyond that, you're like I'm not gonna get this. I'm not gonna get this.
That's not gonna work.
I think
It's like it's like the room. You're over the door. You're like 3 plus 4. I can do 3 plus 4 plus 5. Can't do. Like, there's another number. I'm
Did you
out.
throw an 8? Nah,
Not the division side. No.
I for the finance concepts, like I seriously think I've Pavloved myself because my dad's like home office growing up. Like he would always take work calls in the morning, so I could always hear him. And at night, like going to sleep and waking up, he would be like, "Oh, like the APR." I don't even know.
I was
finance
waiting to
term.
see where you were going there.
Let's go, Jack!
Give me one term. Give me one financial
You like
term.
leverage the loan, whatever.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah,
I don't know. But
I don't know if you said a word that Kevin didn't use first. Like, when you dropped APR, I was like, impressive. No, Kevin said that one.
I don't know if you use leverage, whatever. But that, like, I think I've Pavloved myself to associate finance terms with sleep. So then when
This is the dumbest shit you've ever said.
swear to God, oh, wait, what? Wait, I feel like this is like,
No,
I feel like I'm cooking.
That was so good. Like that got me to guffaw and Una shrieked and you're like, preach, go off. Yeah.
No, I shrieked because I was like, I get it. Like, it makes so much sense. Like,
making a
I'm like
lot. Wait,
smart
keep
dumb.
going. So,
Just so then when you start, you say the word leverage, out.
Puts you to sleep.
I'm out. Like I seriously, like I think I'm just like, oh, it's like time to check out.
Yeah, that is Pavlovian, and that does make sense. Like
That's
that is
very funny.
Like whenever you hear a lullaby, you're like, oh, I'm a little tired.
Leverage the loan.
Like, I actually-
APR, go to sleep.
You know what? I hadn't thought about it, but I could take a nap.
Oh man, you guys are dumb. That's funny. So wait, if you weren't doing this, like, were you applying to other jobs and like doing like other type shit?
No, this is the only. Yeah, actually, I had like a couple paralegal interviews. So it was
Okay,
either
so it's gonna be law.
I was gonna do paralegal for 2 years and then, or paralegal for 1 year and then go to law school, or this.
The thing about that, it's just so much. It's so much money and so much time.
I know, but I
medical
like it.
school, law school, it's good, but like you're gonna be like 30.
But it wasn't something that I was gonna do because like, oh, I'll make money eventually. Like I genuinely really like it. Otherwise, I would have never done.
I feel like the interns are pretty smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I know the one.
No, I meant like I think like Steve and Una are like.
Oh,
smart.
yes.
Your interns are smart. Yeah.
Yeah, our interns are smart.
I don't know about the other idiots, but
I can just tell. Actually, I couldn't tell, but now I know.
Did you thought I was dumb?
I didn't think you were dumb. I just didn't know you were smart. I didn't.
There was a
really?
moment you said something to me. The bar is pretty low.
Yeah, it's not that I thought you were dumb. It's there hadn't been an opportunity
I-
for you to show your brilliance.
I
and
remember
now
what it is.
I don't know if I'm
She used one word that I was like, she's got a functioning brain. She said sensibility.
Sensibility.
What? That's the word I used.
I don't hear.
When
I would
did I
not
say
expect many
that?
young girls. I think we were talking about like you. Like I was like, it's a fine line between like making a name for yourself, but like being annoying or that conversation.
Yeah.
And she said like, I think I have the sensibility to like figure that out. And I was like,
It's a good word.
If you're using the word sensibility, you got good sensibility.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
I was like, I don't use that word very often ever. So that's not like I'm the bar or anything, but I was just like, oh, you're using words that I don't use. You must be a smart girl. And now that she's got like 1 billion on her SATs, it's like, all right, yeah, you're fucking smart.
I theory that just reminded me, if you ever use the term landscape, like explaining like a culture or something, like not in the term of like landscape or whatever, you're an asshole. Like if you're like the landscape of the media.
Field.
today.
Field is one that goes with that. When
I
someone says like in
disagree
their
with you.
But
field.
field's better than the landscape.
I disagreed with you originally, but now that I'm thinking about it, I agree.
I don't know if there's like a other than like if you're saying like that's a pretty landscape or like landscape as in like horizontal landscape.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a way that you could use the word landscape and not.
No, there's a
face.
way. It's just not the common way.
Give me a sentence.
Okay, what's
I was gonna say this boy just bit off more than he can chew.
You're like, what is landscape?
You went on a limb too far there, buddy. Now you have to use the term landscape, but not use the term landscape.
Yeah. So I guess I just have to.
You're joking.
And you can't say
This is
field.
tough to watch.
You could use like industry. That kind of works, right? Like
I'm just trying to think. Like
landscape.
I'm not even trying to think of how to use landscape in a good. I'm just trying to think of how to use it at all right
well,
now.
like she said, like the landscape of media today is like short form videos.
Yeah.
I don't think that sounds that pretentious.
I think if you're using it in an essay, that's fine. If
But
you're
in, like,
using
regular
it
talk?
everyday like conversation.
How smart do you want your guy to be? Like, so if a guy was to say landscape to you right now, you'd be like, ugh, you pretentious fuck. Or you'd be like, okay, this guy's smart.
No,
Like if you look at the landscape
Boy,
of
that's
college
a-
athletics, Gavin McKenna committing to Penn State is one of the biggest deals ever.
But like even then, it's like why are you talking like an essay, asshole?
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
You got me. Yeah,
Yeah, but then
That's
these
fair.
bitches will turn around and be like, this guy's so dumb. Like, well, yeah, you picked a dumb guy.
You
'cause
see who that 17-year-old kid signed?
yeah.
Oh, fuck that guy.
But I probably have like
Yo, a Canadian came to play American college hockey. It's crazy.
Is that the kid that was on Chicklets? Or no?
I
That was
don't know if McKenna's been on. I'm sure. I like it.
Wait, no.
Who
Who was the number one pick this year?
this year was a Scheffler.
Schaefer? Yeah, so-
Schaefer, or something like that. Yeah.
I was watching a clip of Biz and Witt talking to him, and Biz was like, this fucking guy. He's 18. He's got his whole life ahead of him. And he goes, I'm 17, Biz. I was like, they're talking to a child.
Dude,
and he was the number one overall pick.
Connor Bedard's
Like,
dad had to sign his contract. He was 17 too.
17. Like, I feel like you guys would look at a 17-year-old and be like, that's a baby.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah.
literally, I could be your father and it wouldn't be that crazy.
Yeah.
I had you like sort of young. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, that's,
Yeah, I had you in my early 20s.
yeah, like that's kind of normal. Like, that is bonkers. I was even thinking like, I mean, he's the number one pick. You're a hockey podcast. You're talking to him. That's totally normal. But in any other circumstance, if I was like, do you guys want to have a 17-year-old on the podcast? I'd be like, no. Is that legal? Like, I think I'll go to
we were
jail.
offered Mason Ramsey back in the day. And we're like,
Yeah, I can't talk to a child like that.
so you like singing country music in Walmart, kid?
God, that was a bad time for the internet. That guy was like the biggest thing that's ever happened.
That guy rocks. His music is like
I
so
actually
good.
have heard some of his songs that I liked.
Yeah.
That's fine. But at the time, I mean, I don't know.
It was he had one that came out fair, like he was still young, and I was like, oh, it's kind of a nice song. I don't know if he still does, but
Twang.
I wouldn't even know the name. But
You know that kid who did that dance like country dance, like bring it to stare.
Yeah.
He does that weird.
Yeah.
He looked like Bob Fox when he did the dance. You know what I'm talking about? You would know it. He does that thing with his
Oh,
head.
yes.
and he's in a
The
suit.
gas station parking lot.
Well, here's the thing. He's done it. Nobody has ever milked a video more than that guy. It's like, oh, it's the 1 year anniversary, it's the 2 year anniversary, but then it becomes like Flashback Friday, Throwback Thursday.
Yeah.
He's just posted that same video, and then he's like, this was me when I was like 15. This is me when I'm like 18. This is me when I'm 21. Now he's just a dancer. I think he's just like a, I don't know, professional or like aspiring dancer. So he does other dancing, but he just posts that same fucking video all the time. Be like, this is what I went viral from. And
There's this one girl on TikTok, and like, I guess one of her wedding videos, like in the wedding video, they were trying to like give each other the piece of cake to eat or whatever, but he like took his and he ate his or whatever. And it's like, oh, when your husband like thought it was just time to eat cake and not like doesn't understand the, you know, whatever. And it went like viral, and nobody's ever milked something more than that. It's literally like,
every 2 seconds.
aren't you the girl? Like, it'll be like, aren't you the girl like that? Like whose husband like ate the piece of cake, and it's like, yeah, that's me.
Yeah,
and it's
like or POV, like your husband.
Yeah.
They just find the new trend to repost their old video, and it's like, I can't knock the hustle, but God,
it's like
find
seriously.
a new video.
It was,
Do some interesting shit with your husband again, because we've milked this one.
Yeah.
Cake thing.
As we talk about John, you know, spreading chocolate all over his apartment for the 50 millionth time. Get a new fucking game. Figure something else out. Find a new lane.
I'm trying. Like last night.
I want to preface, like, I get a kick out of every single, like,
Yeah, no, totally. It plays. It plays.
It is also like chocolate muffins. You kind of like, you've never had chocolate muffins before. You threw us for a loop.
Yeah, that's a new one.
I've been on a huge muffin.
Oh, I saw that. You're like life is consumed by
Muffin
muffins.
man.
That
I eat
is
4 or 5 muffins a day.
I find that to be totally normal, and people, I think they call us autistic. Like when right now I am on I've been on a lifelong milk kick, but right now, bro, I take a sip of milk and I'm like, this is the greatest drink. I'm also super stoned all the time at night now, so but I'm like, this milk is so good. I love this milk. And whether it's a food or a drink, like when I find something I like, I just want it every meal.
Yeah.
And I eat it for like a month and then it goes away and it eventually comes back. I think that's normal. If you really like something and want something, why all of a sudden 3 hours later do you want something different?
Yeah.
Why are you gonna have something different every meal?
So what? I want to eat a bunch of muffins.
Muffins are fucking fire, dude. A good like moist
Why are you on my
muffin.
ass, dude? Just let me eat 6, 7 muffins a day.
but for real, when people like, why do you give? I could eat 1 million muffins a day. Why do you fucking care, man? Leave me alone.
Dude, I'm
muffin
going down,
tops,
like-
muffin bottoms. I want them toasted. I want them not toasted. I want chocolate. I want corn. I want them all. Leave me alone.
The worst is like you can tell like when I'm down bad, like when I'm really trying to I'm like, I need a muffin, but it'll be like midnight, 1 a.m. Bakeries are closed, West Side Market's closed. Like, I'll go down to a bodega, but you got any
Get the one
muffins
in the-
down
in the
here
crack- in the
wrapped in
pe- yeah.
styrofoam?
Yeah.
We get a corn muffin.
Oh, yeah, you have been talking about your muffin.
Yeah.
I've been eating muffins. Like,
They're picking them out of the garbage for you.
dude,
There you go.
I'm. Here's the true story. In the morning, my yogurt, I'm mashing a muffin in it. In my ice cream at night, I'm mashing a muffin into it. Like I'm raw dogging mushrooms.
Well, you're not even eating in muffin form. You're mashed.
Sometimes, oh no, I'm doing all kinds of. I'm a culinary expert. I'm doing
I
all
actually
kinds
find a
of
muffin a little bit hard to eat.
Huh?
I find a muffin difficult to eat.
I eat it like in so.
It's kind of the Seinfeld thing. Do you do the top? Do you do the bottom? But if you're just eating like the whole thing, do you cut it? Do you?
I do it in
bite
halves. I only work in halves. So
And you go half
no
down
goodness,
the middle
no.
or sideways?
I raw dog the top usually.
do you break it off?
Yeah, I'll just
And then top.
So I'm buying in bulk right now. I'm buying muffins in bulk, and
Because you're eating them in bulk.
because I'm eating them in bulk. Yeah, but the problem is they go stale really fast.
Really fast.
Really like
Yeah.
6 hours later, you bite the bottom of the muffin. You're like, this is a rock.
Terrible.
Common
It's,
muffin
it's
bottom,
a nightmare, which is why now I'm fucking regaled to coming down to bodegas at 2 a.m.
You're
you
just
know.
looking for trash
You
muffins.
guys got a muffin. But so I'll do like I'll usually raw dog the top, and then the bottom half will be mashed into yogurt and ice cream, or
checks out
I'll
to me.
toast it and I'll butter the bottom half, which is a nice way to do it too. But I eat the top raw.
I had a muffin every day.
Like Kevin's face like, all right, then.
Here's how I eat my muffins. You thoroughly explained it.
Yeah, we get it. You eat fucking muffins.
Well, okay, but here this brings me to like you, as obsessed as you may be, pretty normal way to eat a muffin. Did you see what Mike Kadick put out the other day? Mike Kadick claims, and he did it at least once on camera, so I guess I got to give him the benefit of the doubt. If you're talking about a muffin or a cupcake, he said his whole life he just eats the wrapper.
Oh,
with
yeah.
like the little, the little peely part. He just, and everyone was like, no, you don't do that. And he just took it and he just fucking and swallowed it.
He's about to say that he eats wrapper.
No, I'm not. No,
Listen, that's a bold claim. I mean, he did it right there on the spot, but he also seems like the kind of guy who could eat like anything on the spot for the sake of a video.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I want a camera to follow that man around forever. I want you to prove it.
Beach house.
I don't think you eat. What?
Beach house.
Yeah.
Let's get muffins first weekend.
I want there to
and
be
just
muffins
be super chill
everywhere.
about it and just like watch how
Yeah.
he does
Great
it.
point, yeah.
There's just no way.
Where
You
he-
eat all the fucking what? Why? Just take the fucking wrapper off.
where you lose me in that would be just because imagine he says he's been doing it his whole life.
Yes.
You can't do it like
When you were a child,
as a
like-
big dude like that.
Yeah, okay, maybe he may like if I pressed him, maybe like, oh yeah, once I was old enough. But it's like at some point you were taking off muffins. Or,
But yeah, like when you're 5 years old, like you know the first like I can't eat this cold cupcake.
yeah.
So I gotta take the
And,
fucking
and,
thing.
and also I noticed like
Unless he's saying he used to bite into the paper.
but that's the thing is he took the whole bottom and put it in. That is easy to do in a one-off video. Not
Right.
easy, but like there's no way you're biting and ripping it. You would just be
Yeah.
like, okay, let me take this off.
Yes.
I call bullshit on the whole thing.
I used to eat gum wrappers for a year when I was a kid because I didn't know that.
I fucked around. I ate a couple gum
Yeah,
wrappers in my
yeah.
day. Yeah.
I like was told
Like the
that
tinfoil?
No,
I
not
think
the
it was-
tinfoil
it
ones,
was,
the paper ones.
The
It was like
crazy
Orbit.
stripes. The ones with the zebra logo.
Oh,
the zebra
like
mascot.
the little like the 30 pack of like
Because
a
they
little.
said biodegradable, and I thought that meant like it degrade it, like you can like eat it. You're supposed to eat it. So then I had.
How old are we
only
talking, Jackie?
7.
Oh,
Probably.
okay.
Yeah.
I thought you
Yeah,
were
we're
talking
not sitting here talking like a bunch of people who've never eaten pizza paper before.
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah,
eat
yeah.
paper plenty of times.
Yeah.
I just when I did it, I knew I shouldn't be eating this.
Yeah, it wasn't like a.
Well, it wasn't
This is
like,
not allowed.
like, this is a delicious part of this gum is the paper thing.
Yeah, I mean, she said she read the word biodegradable and thought it was allowed, so that's a little bit of a
My
gray area.
sister told me too. Like it was like one of those like.
But when you're a kid, that's like totally different.
Yeah, when I was that age, I remember being like biodegradable means I can eat it.
Yeah, yeah.
And-
But like
Yeah,
as a
and then
couple of
you're
paper
like
eaters,
at
like
8, you realize it's not true.
But but I knew what it didn't mean. Like I knew it wasn't part of the meal, but I knew it meant I could eat it.
Yeah,
if I felt like it. And sometimes I felt like it.
Right.
because it's
It's like
kind
eating
of like
peanut
a fun,
shells.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
right.
can. It's not supposed to, but.
yeah. I agree. It's just like.
But that I don't know. My antenna went up on that one. I was like, I think you're just.
Just because there's 10 years where you can't bite a whole bite of a cupcake or a muffin.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd have to be ripping through
You
a
wouldn't be
wax
ripping through
paper. Yeah, yeah. We've got a fragrance for legends only. Are you a legend?
Probably not.
Then you can't wear this.
No.
Steve, are you a legend?
Probably not.
Then you're out too.
Jackie and Uno wrist.
Jackie,
only.
Yeah. Legends for you. It's not your dad's cologne. This is Stetson Legend. It was crafted for the next generation of Stetson men, the modern day trailblazer who have a new standard of sophistication. Oh yeah, you're definitely not that. Stetson Legend is a warm, sexy, addictive, and captivating fragrance for men. Inspired by the American West, Stetson Legend is powered by notes of upcycled cedar wood and wild desert sage. The bold and refined fragrance also combines citrus, prickly pear, and black pepper with mesquite and worn leather. I like that. And is anchored by a rich base of sandalwood for lasting, sophisticated finish. The scent embodies modern sophistication and luxury. It was crafted at the same level of care and attention to detail as Stetson's legendary hats and boots. It has a higher fragrance concentration than a typical men's cologne, which means it lasts a long time, and the bottle looks and feels really expensive. I'm not a man. I'm not a legend, but you can smell like one.
Yeah.
You can smell like sandalwood and leather and all that, and people will think you're a man, think you're a legend. And it's all available right now at Walmart, in stores, and online for only $39.98. Get Stetson Legend today, available at Walmart. But I don't know.
The term raw dog, can we get the etymology of that? Is it talking about raw dogging sex, or is it a raw hot dog?
No, that's sex.
Sex.
Like, raw sex has been a thing.
Yeah.
And then raw... Well, okay.
Raw dog.
But, like, I think it kind of went with, like, did you fuck her raw? Meant, like, no condom.
Right.
And then raw dog might...
Because I think...
You raw dog her.
Yeah,
think
but
he's
that's
just talking about, like-
the dogs.
The dog, yeah.
You got a dog in the pants.
Yeah, the raw dog.
Looks like a hot dog.
Raw dog originated as a vulgar slang to mean, in the early 2000s.
But wouldn't that have come from, like, a raw hot dog, like first, like a raw dog.
Well,
But that's
no,
what-
so now raw dog means like if you're on the plane, you're not doing anything.
Yeah,
that just
yeah.
means plain.
Yes.
So if you were to get like, if I were to say like, oh, you ate it raw, it means like no nothing. Whatever you're eating, you didn't cook it, you didn't spice it up, none of that shit.
Right.
But that stemmed, I think, from like a hot dog that was plain, and that stemmed from sex
Because
with no
having
condom.
no mustard or no ketchup on a hot dog is like a thing. You know, it's like, and I could see a term raw dog being derived from that.
Well, I think it comes from it was sex, and then
Yeah.
what a
Plain
naked
penis.
hard penis looks like.
Yeah, there's no condom
is
on it. There's no
a
nothing
fucking
on it.
raw dog.
Raw dog.
Yeah. But that's another good question, because dog is, I can see where you can use dog sexually, but it's not like explicitly sexually. You know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, you say dogged her out, raw dog. Any variation of that, you know what people are saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If somebody said like I dogged her, I'd be like, I don't really say that, but I get it.
Yeah.
I get what you're trying to. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
I
Raw,
also,
raw is to me one of those words. That's like one of those
Moist.
words. Yeah, like it's just gape. One of those ones that's just like raw. Oh,
raw.
Or if you say it like if you were to just tell me a story about hooking up with someone, and I was like, yeah, did you fuck her raw? I was like, Jesus Christ. Have some couth.
I raw is a word I can use. Like I can hear it and use it fine, but in that context, I'm like, what are you, a fucking animal?
Yeah. Did you fuck her slit raw? It's like, God, what are you, 9? Eating wrappers on your gum, talking like this? This is crazy.
I also feel like this reminds me, if you were like a space where you could put ads and you're doing post no bills or like no graffiti or whatever under penal law, like you're asking for a penis to be drawn. You just
Same
don't
thing.
add
If
that
you say
under penal
penal,
law.
if you say anal, these are words that are just like, come on.
Like
I'm so
and
anal.
then you
It's
say like don't graffiti here under penal law, like you are asking for a dick to be drawn.
Yeah, you're gonna get a graffiti penis
Yeah.
every time, every single time here.
You're gonna get it, yeah.
I just want to do a quick little entertainment segment before we wrap up. First of all, F1 was primo. F1 ripped. I saw it opening day noon. I went
Really?
to see that. Yeah, that got me
the
up.
Brad Pitt one?
That got
No shit. I
That
didn't
got me
realize
up.
that.
Yep, that got me up out of my seat because I really, really liked Ford versus Ferrari, and I said that movie is Ford versus Ferrari plus Days of Thunder with a little bit of Cinderella Man, which is about the best praise I can give any movie. My only knock is the same thing I say about every fucking movie. 2 hours and 35 minutes for that movie is insanity. That movie can be done absolutely in 2 hours, if not less.
See, my thing with that criticism is like that feels like there has to be a level. Like the movie was just, it felt too long. So I like there's not a number
okay,
where it would
There
make
are
me
certain,
happy.
if you give me like an epic like war movie and blah blah blah, like period piece, 2.5 is probably fine. This is essentially still like it's a good movie. It's not just like a action explosion movie. So there is like substance to it, but it's still at the end of the day is like loud cars and like fast cars. You know what I mean? Like doesn't need to be.
But like Top Gun was 2.5 too, right?
I would say that's too long.
But like Top Gun, I didn't feel. Like I didn't feel the drag I felt in F1. It's a very brief. It's like a 10-minute drag, but there's like a 10-minute drag where you're like,
you know what it was? There was an accident, there's a crash, and like a couple things that happened where I was like, okay, that's like the main conflict.
Yes.
And then we did like another thing. And I was like, wait, well, you didn't really need that.
Exactly that. Exactly that.
But it otherwise, there's a shot. I think it's in the trailer and everything, so maybe everyone's seen it. There's a shot in the very beginning where they zoom out and the cars are going by and the fireworks are exploding, and I was like, this is some Pab shit.
Yeah.
He'd be in the theater like, So that was awesome. I'm watching Smoke on Apple TV.
I don't know.
It's about it's Taron Egerton and the female Smollett girl. What's her name?
Journey.
Yes.
Smollett.
She and they are like arson cops, like chasing down arsonists.
Huh.
But I will say when like on the set, it's a week to week. So I think I started with 2 episodes, and at the end of the second episode, I said, if the twist that I think is coming, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be out on the show. And the fucking twist came, and I'm still watching it. But it's an annoying twist.
Is it good though? You like it?
Yeah.
I like Taron Egerton. I like arson.
It's like Backdraft. I said it's Backdraft. This is my thing. I guess I'm mixing. It's Backdraft mixed with a very like JV True Detective. Like it's not True Detective, but it's like 2 cops chasing down these suspected suspects, and there's the arson part is cool, but then the twist is a little
even
bit
a
lazy.
B is like
Yeah.
What was that one that with Amanda Seyfried. That was just like so clearly
Long Bright River.
Mayor of
Mayor of
Easttown,
Easttown
but bad.
again, yeah.
And it was Mayor of Easttown, but bad. But it
that's
was
still
still
better
pretty
than-
good. Yeah.
I think that's what we're running into a lot right now. Is a lot of stuff is like good, not great, and like I see where this is coming from, where it derives from, but like whatever, that's okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nothing is. Is there anything right now that's like really knock your socks off, like must watch?
Dude, you know what I was going to do the
original-
other day? This is kind of on topic, kind of off topic. We were saying like everything's kind of similar kind of deal. And I was thinking the other day of how older people like to be like, back in my day, like Hollywood we had originals and stuff like that. Bro, you would be on season 40 of MASH.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Like
21
we didn't do reruns. You did 30 seasons every fucking TV show, dude.
and every season was 24 episodes. It
Yeah,
was
right.
like,
Like, yeah.
all you
Now there's a
fucking
new
did.
show every fucking week.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Which
And you claim that we're not like that. This era isn't original,
Right.
Like I do think that obviously yes, with the big spends, like it's a lot of IP, but there's so much stuff out there.
Also, I saw Elio with my kid, with Keegan. It's a alien kid show,
Yeah.
kid movie. I thought it was good. I also like alien shit a lot, so I was like into it. And I guess it bombed. And the guy was like, the head of Disney or DreamWorks, whatever the fuck it was like, our job is to predict what the world wants. And sometimes we miss. Otherwise, we'd be on Toy Story 27.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, first of all, you did do 5 Toy Stories. So it's not like you didn't do that. You did milk that for all it's worth. But it's like, yeah, if you want an original thing, here's like this new kid and he's chasing aliens and all that shit. It had all of the... It followed the formula. There's the cute sidekick and there's the loner kid becoming the hero. It's just the formula. For whatever reason, the audience didn't like that. It didn't hit. It's a flop. But yeah, we could also just run back Woody and Buzz again.
See,
or then then people complain about that. So it's like, which do you want?
You know, I didn't like what he said there was where it's like, don't try and predict what people want. I understand like that's what business is and all that
Well,
stuff.
I think he just meant more like if you want original stuff, like there's
like,
a little bit of you might miss.
it's more like, yeah, okay, that I completely
Yeah.
agree with. But like just give a creative person and be like, that's your story? Because I hate
That's
when
what we
people
got
say
away
like,
from. We've said this before. It's like the algorithm and the executives tell you, where the executives used to go to the smart creative person and say, "What?
yeah,
you tell
like,
me you're the
you got an
genius."
idea? Let's try
Yeah,
it. Like
yeah.
whenever people always say that's like a common thing on Twitter, like who asked for this? Like
Yeah.
for like movies and TV, like no one asked for Jaws.
Right.
Like who asked for most of the great stuff? Nobody. No one
Right.
was like batting down
you know
the
what we
halls of
need?
Hollywood being like, someone's got to make Die Hard.
Right, like the thought that someone was ever like, we need a movie about like a family of lions with a king and a prince and an evil uncle, and like no, we fucking now it became a Broadway show. Like all this shit is kind of luck involved too.
I still think my movie about everything's the same except there's no flowers. Oh, except flowers are edible. Genius fucking premise. That's like original.
Why don't you work it out, Jack?
What?
Get home today. Start a
Explain that to
script.
people who may have maybe not heard that.
I think I just explained the premise of the show.
It's about as far as I've gotten. But
It's just the world. Everything is the same. I guess it's kind of like yesterday with the Beatles, but everything is the same except flowers are edible. And
So like I just wake up one day and you're just sitting here talking to me, eating a flower.
yeah, I'm
And
eating
like,
a
what the
flower,
fuck
and you're
are you
like,
doing?
did you pick that up off the side of the road? Like you're not supposed to do that.
talking
And
about?
like
It's
maybe
illegal.
it's illegal, maybe it's not. Like I'm just the ideas guy. I'm not like I don't really know what comes of it. But like the way in which that would just shake the world. The slight difference would shake the world. I don't know what
Butterfly
storylines
effect,
come
man. Like
from
at
it.
least like World War III.
But you start writing them and figure it out.
You know what we should call it? Edible flowers.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck would that?
That's like Pav said like roses. I was like, that's not really that good of it. Whatever. But yeah.
Wasn't there a time? Didn't like the Dutch sell flowers currency at one point?
The Dutch invented the
Tulips.
stock system.
Tulips.
Oh, tulips.
Yes.
That was like a commodity.
Yeah,
or
that
some
was-
shit.
Tulips are like super expensive.
You're either super smart or you've seen Spider-Man Far From Home. I'm not sure.
No, I haven't. But some kid got arrested. There's like this tulip field, and he got arrested for stomping on them in France. Like
Oh.
seriously, you get in
Yeah, it's
like,
like
big
currency over,
trouble
right?
because they're super.
So start with that, because then it's like, oh, you're eating up all those tulips. That's worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
just my snack, bro. I eat them with the wrappers on.
Yeah.
You were raw dogging tulips, man. And the last thing I wanted to do is, you see ScarJo became the most highest grossing actor of all time.
I did see. I actually saw that via you, and so
Yeah.
I saw your update as well.
It's a little bit of like caveats and technicalities, but all of ScarJo's movies with her as a lead actress have amassed like $15.1 billion. And that just eclipsed Samuel L. Jackson at like 15 flat. I don't know. Like if you add up all of Samuel, because I right away I saw that, I said there is no way that she beats Samuel L. Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson is 76 years old. I think he's been in 75 movies. He's been in Star Wars franchises. He's been in Marvel franchises. He's been in Pulp Fiction. He's been in a lot.
Yeah.
So if you add up everything from cameos to supporting roles to leading roles, $27.7 billion for Samuel L. Jackson. So he's still the GOAT of like if you add them all up. They were like, no, this is in a lead role, which. So she's got Jurassic Park. That's
but does she
what
get
put her over the
like
edge.
Avengers for that?
So this is my thing. She's like a lead in the Avengers.
Yeah.
I'm like, Black Widow is just as important or not as important as Nick Fury.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna give it to her, and maybe, and to be honest, Nick Fury might count, because to get to the $15 billion, you gotta have the Avengers.
You
in there.
probably have that.
But so like, I don't know. I just wanted like.
But wait, if Nick Fury counts it, where's Stephen A? Samuel
saying
L.
that
getting? They both wear Kangles. They both wear Kangles and go by a middle name. Come on. See, I don't know if Stephen A. wears a Kangle. But the
Let me see.
fucking. If Nick Fury doesn't count, then where's Samuel L. picking up another $10 billion?
I know. That's why. Let me see. Samuel L. Jackson lead roles: Django, Die Hard with a Vengeance, Jurassic Park 1, The Incredibles. He does the voice for.
Oh, even Jurassic Park 1. He's getting credit for lead role on that.
No, well,
he might. Jurassic Park 1. He might be.
I would say.
10th
Yeah,
on
I mean, I
casting.
just typed in lead role.
15th?
But like, this is what I mean. This is like, I don't know what the definition of lead role is. You know what I mean? Like, and what these things qualify as. But yeah, it looks like they're giving him to him. Pulp Fiction, Mace Windu in Star Wars, Nick Fury in Marvel, Django, the guy Mr. Glass in Unbreakable, Shaft, the star of Hateful Eight, Snakes on a Plane, and The Negotiator. I just love his range because it's like some of these are classics and then some of them are Snakes on a Plane.
Dude, The Negotiator. I remember the first time I watched that at my friend's house. That movie fucking rocks.
Yeah, that's
that
a good one.
movie's awesome.
Yeah, that is a
is that a
good one.
Bruckheimer? I was talking about Jerry Bruckheimer this morning.
He's
Because he did F1. His quote.
Oh, did he? Huh?
Yeah, his quote after F1 was so cool. Where it was just like, it was something along the lines of like, yeah, some people want awards. I just want to make cool shit, or like something like that.
Yeah.
And like, if you look at Jerry Bruckheimer's fucking list of movies he's made, it's insane.
Yeah, I could picture the Flash.
Dude, I'm gonna pull it up real quick, and then we can wrap up. But it is.
Let's see this. Samuel L. Jackson reveals the $12 billion piece of advice he got from Bruce Willis. This is going to be awesome, whatever it is. So when Samuel L. Jackson did Die Hard with a Vengeance with Bruce Willis. By the way, when Bruce Willis kicks the bucket, I'm going to be a puddle.
Yeah.
I've seen videos of him like struggling because he's got the mental degeneration. I'm like, I can't even watch that, let alone when he dies. He said, hopefully you'll be able to find a character that when you make bad movies and they don't make any money, you can always go back to this character that everybody loves. And that was Nick Fury. So he's like, hey, that one sucked, but I'm going to go do my Marvel movie. That's fucking great. He's done 9 movies. So yeah, Nick Fury has to be included in there. I think really what it comes down to is she has Marvel, he has Marvel, she has Jurassic Park, he doesn't.
But according to that, he had it.
Well, I think he has that one movie. She has the whole new franchise. She's in like the last 3.
No, she's not. This is her first.
Oh.
I only know that because she's on her press tour. She's talked about.
Oh, right. That's the other girl.
She
What's her
used
name?
to always
go
bang.
ran around the high heels.
Oh, you're thinking
Yeah.
Dallas
Bryce Harvard. Yeah.
But let me give you Bruckheimer to take you out.
Okay.
I'm going to skip the movies I don't know. Top Gun, Beverly Hills Cop. This isn't in order, but I will be skipping the ones I don't know. Top Gun, Beverly Hills Cop, Days of Thunder, Bad Boys, Crimson Tide, The Rock, Con Air, Armageddon, Enemy of the State, Gone in 60 Seconds, Coyote Ugly, Remember the Titans, Pearl Harbor, Black Hawk Down, Bad Boys 2, National Treasure, Pirates of the Caribbean 1, Deja Vu with Denzel. That's actually a fun one. Pirates of the Caribbean 2,
Pirates of the Caribbean 9.
National Treasure 2, Pirates of the Caribbean 3, Pirates of the Caribbean 4, 12 Strong, Bad Boys for Life, Top Gun 2, Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, Bad Boys Ride or Die, Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F, F1.
You know what I think that is?
Those are the movies.
That almost feels like when you make it as like a pop star and you just have like all the production and all the features and everything. Like, I mean, or you're just brilliant. I don't know. It just feels like, you nail it with Top Gun and Days of Thunder, and then everyone's like, we're going to send you all of our stars and all of our writers and all, you know what I mean? And then from there, it's just like, it's a lock.
Right.
Like Jerry Bruckheimer can't make a bad movie. It's impossible. At this point, it's fucking impossible.
Snakes on a Plane that you just mentioned is probably like the ultimate that I can think of. Like, why? Who asked for that?
That was, but it was awesome. I mean, it was like, it became like, it was like funny. It was like, there were people like lining up for like opening night because it was so stupid.
Do you think that somebody derived that from thinking snacks on a plane, and then they're like, what if it was snakes?
No, there was a reason.
I don't know. I've never seen that one.
Google, like it started out as like a joke or like a one-liner, and then they made a whole movie out of it. I think something like that, where it was like very, or maybe not. Maybe
I think it was just that they knew Samuel L. Jackson would say it funny. Tyler's
I'm
motherfucking snakes on his motherfucking plane.
Yeah, that was it, man. That was really it. Yeah, maybe that was. We just saw the preview for that, and I was like, it's gonna be so stupid. But then it was like a hit because people were like, this is gonna be so fucking stupid. We need more of that in this world. Versus like,
think about World War II.
I don't know if that's what I was thinking of. I don't know how that relates to World War II. But it basically was like Sharknado and all that shit was on like the Lifetime channel, but like Snakes on a Plane was like a fucking feature film. Crazy.
I forgot about Sharknado.
Sharknado, when it first hit, was great. Great blogging material. Oh, I also watched the Poop Cruise. Bro, let me tell you something. I saw that and I was like, who asked for this? Yeah. That was a valid, like, who said we need to make a feature-length documentary about this, right?
I've heard about that documentary. I don't even know what the story is.
So it was I remember when it happened. It was a cruise ship that there was a fire, an electrical fire, and it just killed the whole boat. And so they lost power of everything. And they were in the middle of the Gulf. They were like equal distance from Mexico to Florida to the Louisiana. Like they were right in the middle. So they were like several days away from wherever they were going to go. So a tugboat needed to come out and get them and then push them to where they were going. And they ended up doing like 5 days at sea with no power, no fresh food, no toilets, no nothing. And they said it was like there's video of it, like there's just like raw sewage just like flooding through the place. And they said that they tried to enact a rule where it was like you pee in the shower. The toilet, I guess the toilets are like electronic or something. I don't know. They couldn't flush. Okay. So you pee in the shower, and then they gave everyone a bucket to shit in. And I was like, I don't know. I think you just like throw shit overboard or something, right?
Yeah.
Like, and there's this one scene. There's a chef, and he's like this Mexican guy, and he's like, and I was going to the bathroom, and I walked in, and it was just poop on top of poop on top of poop, like a poop lasagna. Oh. And I was like, oh. And it was like vile. And really the first like 20 minutes are people just explaining like what a cruise is. They had these testimonials from like, I was on my bachelorette party and I was meeting my fiance's family for the first time and all these things. And they were just like, we like cruises because you can like dance. And I like cruises because of the ship. And I was like, I know what a cruise is. Like, what am I watching? But then when it got going, I was like, I don't know. They were so fixated on the shitting. There was this guy who was like, I told myself I will not be using the red bucket. And it was like his whole testimonial was like, I kept thinking to myself, I almost have to go. It's almost time for me to use the bucket. And I was kind of like, I just shit in the bucket, dude. I don't know. But I was thinking more like, it became like Lord of the Flies. There was like no food. There was no air conditioning. Like, you don't know who you're with on a fucking cruise. Cruises are kind of dangerous as they are, let alone when there's no like power, no nothing. I was thinking it's more like fascinating from the point of view of like, people were kind of like barricading themselves into spots. Like if I had my kids with me, I don't know. That to me is like a scary World War Z type of shit, you know? Yeah. And they just kept talking about the poop.
I feel like that should never be an issue. Just throw it overboard.
That's what I was thinking.
I wouldn't even throw it overboard. I'd be hanging overboard.
Shit overboard. Yeah. Put your ass out there and go overboard.
Like, it's like just a normal cruise, nothing bad to
What are you doing? Who's going? Some guy comes out, sees me hanging over shit. And he's like, you hear about the electricity? I'm like, the what? What's the problem? What happened with the electricity?
I think they said something.
That was TV's not going to work when I'm done with this.
You just like kill yourself and drop in the ocean.
I think they said somebody did try to throw it off like the fourth deck and it like came back in and like, landed on people. You have to throw off at the bottom at least. Yeah. But the craziest thing was then there's this one character who was remember the Jinx lawyer, like Dick LeGarrette, and he came out with
The cowboy hat?
Yeah, this guy had a gray ponytail, and he had one of those shirts on that has like a white collar with a blue shirt.
Yeah. French cuff.
And he was smoking a cigar, and he looked like kind of like Penn from Penn and Teller, but with a big white ponytail. Anyway, he's like a maritime lawyer, and he tried to sue he tried to sue Carnival Cruises, and I think Carnival Cruise ended up paying everybody $500. And they said they actually changed the rules. They looked at the fine print. The fine print when you bought a cruise ticket, it said we do not guarantee safe passage, sanitary conditions, like quality food. All that was just like, if that's on you.
Really?
Crazy. Like, I can understand. It's almost like if you go on a plane and you crash, like, you probably take that risk, you know. But like, no safe passage, no sanitary conditions, no running electricity and running water. Like, all that was just like, nope. We wrote that in the thing. Like, why did anybody put that in there?
No safe passage is crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, pirates might.
Yeah, right. That's what it is. They're back in trouble now. They tried to like ban hip hop and all that shit. You see that?
Who?
Well, I think it's Carnival again. Their new rule is like no speakers, no hip hop, no. It's just like no Timberland. Yeah, it's like no Timberlands and jerseys sort of thing. It's like one of those rules, and they just like openly came out with it.
No hip hop.
So they're in some trouble for that one. A lot of black people are like, this is everything that we do.
I mean, like no hip hop is insane.
And then I think that was maybe some people were like, that's like it wasn't true, but like one ship did it, not like the whole company, something like that. So I don't know what the true story is or not, but there definitely are a lot of unofficial rules that are just like, did Carnival ban hip hop? Like, it might not, maybe they didn't actually do that, but that's at least the wobble was the other thing. You're not allowed to do the wobble dance. It's like, that can't be part of like their corporate fucking But I'm sure, there might have been like one cruise director who was like, stop doing the wobble!
I've seen these fat little white kids dancing around.
Yeah, I was like, banning hip hop doesn't even like
the wobble's like that's long past black culture. That's like
we've adopted that. It's like lame.
Wobble.
And even hip hop has like you look around, people being like, oh, Kendrick Lamar's hip hop halftime show was so good. It's not black people.
Yeah,
it's fucking lame white people.
The wobbles though, it's like that's just the one where it's pretty like safe and
wobble, baby, wobble.
It's fucking like
if,
the electric
it's like the
slide.
sprinkler, like, and it's like poking people's eyes out. Like, I could see that being a problem.
The ban the sprinkler in the shopping cart.
Now they're reckless.
Then we have a real problem, Carnival.
No, like that would get more than
All right, good to go.
Yep.
See you later.
All right, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Click that button.
Or I'll cut off my finger.